What have you got so far there? Yeah, all. That's very good. Yeah. Yeah, how?
To the lungs to work, or maybe the oxygen from the lungs.
Excellent. And we're measuring 3 different levels of heart rate. What were they?
There was the resting heart rate,
Yep.
like the medium exercise heart rate,
Yep.
and then the high exercise heart rate.
Fantastic. Very good. Yep.
What do I always forget?
That's okay. You can't believe. Yep. Beats per minute. So beats per minute is how we what? Yeah.
Measure our heartbeat.
Yes, that's what we're using to measure it as well today. So what we're going to do, we've got a series of activities today that you're going to need to use those skills in order to complete. So hands up if you know how to measure your heart rate now. Excellent. If you're unsure, we will be around the room, so we'll be able to help you. There are 5 different tables, if you look around, and there's 5 different activities on each table. So we're going to be going around the room and doing some activities on each table. Some will be a little bit different to each. So if we all just stand up and be very careful of the camera, and can we all walk over to the first table over here? Walk this way,
on this side, on this side, on this side, on that side. Yep.
And let's go.
All right, let's all stand around.
Okay, just take one step back.
Yep, one step back.
So on this table you'll find, girls, 5 iPads. When you get to the iPad, just open Seesaw. One thing I should do first, what would be a better idea of me before I even open the iPad? What would be better? When I come to a table, what's the first thing you might do? Yeah. Fantastic, yeah. So read the actual instructions. So this activity is called the circulatory system. There'll be a series of steps. So first one, you have to watch a video. After you watch the video, you need to try and explain what is happening in the diagram and the role of the heart and the lungs. Okay, so we're on Seesaw. Once we get to Seesaw, we're going to scan in. I'm a student. The code's on the table, so you just scan in. And once I scan in, where do I go? Where will I go? Yep.
Click your name.
Yep, and then where? After I've clicked my name, where will I go? Yep.
You find the activity.
Yeah, so go to activities, and there the activity will be right there. All right. If you click on it, there's a little video we want you to watch first. There's no audio, just a video to have a look at. And then on page 2, there'll be a little diagram. What do you think you have to do on the diagram? Valentina, what do you think? Yeah?
Explain how it works.
Fantastic. So press the microphone and explain it as best as you can. All right, we just wanted to hear what you know or what you think happens or the relationship between the two. And try and think about our experiments, what we did recently with our heart rate in the classroom, how that's involved in this as well. Cool? Cool. All right. Any questions about this one before we move on? Yep.
That says 5G.
Sorry, I've got the 5J.
5,
It's my fault.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. Good luck.
Okay.
Let's walk over to the next
Next
table.
one. All right, can I get everyone to take a step back? Francesca, you're right in my way, but thank you. All right, this one here is finding the average. So like Mr. Simon said, when you get to a table, make sure you don't just dive for the laptop, make sure you're reading the instructions. So this one here is finding the average. So you're going to view the Excel data results taken from lesson number 1. Do you remember when you put in all of your data into, now some of us were away, so just use the data that we've got. Don't worry about inputting data in now. Can you find the class average resting heart rate? Can you find the class's average heart rate after moderate physical activity? And can you find the class's average heart rate after maximum? What were your findings? You will find down the bottom there's a little formula, okay? In mathematics, we always use a formula, so make sure you're using to get the formula, the total sum of all numbers, and then what do you think this line means?
Fraction.
Yeah, so what's fractions related to?
Percentages.
Is it division? Excellent. All right, so you're going to have to use this formula to find the total number of the total sum of all numbers over or divided by the number of item in the set. Okay, so if you have any questions about that,
Well, I'll be.
yeah, Mr. Simons will actually be running this one here. Yep, so that's excellent.
And there is all the Excel spreadsheets already on the Chromebook. So just tap on and we just share them.
Yeah.
So you're using the data that's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to apply the
Yep.
total number by 21.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Fantastic. Good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, can we move over to the next one? All right, I'm actually going to be running this station here. So when you get here, I'll go through in depth what you're going to be doing. But this one's called target practice, and we need to increase our heart rate by 50%. How could we do this? So we would need to find out resting heart rate and then add 50% of that. So we're going to be doing that, and we're going to find out how or what activities are going to reach that 150%. Okay, so we're going to increase it by 50%. So that will be this station. So I'm not going to go into detail now. When you get here, I'll go into more detail. Make sense? Excellent. Let's move on.
Next table. All right, so for this one, this Formula 1, 2, 3, we're looking at our maximum heart rate. All right, why do you think it might be important to know what our maximum heart rate is?
And then we know how how many beats per minute and like what our average is.
Okay.
So in case you don't want to like go over, like in case because then you know what type of what your heart rate is. So
Yeah, what could be the problem with going above your maximum heart rate? Lachlan?
well, if you go above, then there could be like an issue or something.
So it might be dangerous. So it's good for us to understand what our maximum heart rate is, and if you can identify and find it out, then you know when you're exercising, if you're exercising at a high intensity and how much. So there are 3 different calculations on here. We want you to try and calculate what your maximum heart rate is. So you need to find out what yours is. Okay, and then you're going to record it on your sheet. So we have a sheet for you. If you need to use any calculations or calculators, there's Chromebooks here as well. Okay, all good. All right, let's go to the next one.
So I just want to put on a piece of paper.
Yeah, you can run on the piece of paper.
Okay, come around, girls. So last lesson we had our science report. Do we remember filling in our science report? Yeah. So we did some predictions of what did we predict? Yep.
What our maximum, medium, and resting heart rate is, and then we checked it.
Fantastic. So we had high intensity, medium intensity, and resting, and then we actually performed a test and we checked it and to see what it was, and we wrote down what it was, correct?
Yeah.
The other things we had to do in our prac report were we had to write our results, what we observed, what we found out, and we should have had our title and hypothesis. So we're going to finish our prac report from that lesson. So you've already done all the data, you don't need to measure again, we just need to complete the other steps. So that will be on the sheet as well that we'll come to. Cool. All right, can we all return back to the floor for a moment and we'll get into groups. All right, I've got their sheets here. This is Teddy's group? No. There you go. So they'll carry those with them throughout the lesson.
This is 5G.
Is it wrong one?
It's all mixed up, but I can
Is it?
quickly do it, yeah.
All right. So we're going to get into some groups and then I'll send you to a station to start. With your group, talk to the other members of your group first about what you think you have to do and then start the activity. We'll hand out as well your prac report. So if you're looking for any data or you need to know what your previous heart rate was last lesson, then it should be on the sheet. Everything's on there, okay? So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 8, okay, 18. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 4, yeah. Groups of 4?
Yeah, groups of 4. Sounds perfect.
Do you want to get them into groups?
Yep, sure. Can I have Francesca? Actually, I'm just going to give you a number. Okay, you're going to be 1. Can you stand over there for me? 2, 3, 4. Do we have everyone here today?
No, 18.
We've got 18 here today. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 5, 4, 3,
Okay, find your
2,
Aaron,
1.
Aiden,
And let's go.
Valentina.
1.
Valentina,
And
there's
over
yours.
there.
Hold on to that. There we go. I'll see Michaela. Take that.
All right, do you want them to start?
Yeah, you can start
Okay.
start reading. Talk to your
All
group.
right, start reading. Off you go. Okay, this one here. Okay, so we are going to be finding how to increase our heart rate by 50%.
So work together,
How could
and
we
you can
do
use the
this?
paper on the
So
on the
think
table
about
to work
resting
out. John,
heart rate
is your sheet
plus
there on the table?
50%. Do you remember what your resting heart rate was? Okay, so why don't we now all test it? So we've got 4 pens, so just in the corner, not nice and small, just write your
And then take
name.
sheet. So make sure you carry your sheets with you.
Just somewhere nice and small.
I'll go to Seesaw first.
Okay, I want everyone to find their heart rate.
That's it. In student?
You're going to do it on your neck. So can everyone find their heart rates?
Yeah, go to your account. Yeah. Julia, take
Okay,
your hold on
now
to
we're
that.
going to use that 20
That's okay. Yeah, just
seconds
so let's go,
times 3. So
activities.
can everyone find their heart
And
rate? Have
click
you
on that
found
one.
your heart rate?
That's it.
You've
And watch
found
the
your
video
heart rate.
first. That's what happens.
You sure?
Now you can watch the video together. You can
Make
talk
sure
about it together.
you can feel the pulse.
Am I going to choose an account?
Yep, found yours? Found yours.
That's okay.
All right,
Are the
I'm going to
activities
set
there?
the timer. I'm going to tell you when to start, when to stop counting. So you're
Yeah,
just
yes, you
counting
do.
the beats. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Have you found yours? Are you sure? Okay.
So what do you think's happening in the
Go.
video? Go to activities, Julia. Activities. Yep. Katia, Alex, Francesca. Okay. Thank you. Look,
Stop. Write down how many beats you counted. How many beats did you count?
I'll need these for different activities, so I'm just going to give it to them and they can carry.
Great, you got 36. What was yours?
Yeah.
What was yours?
Yes. Where is she? Is she?
26.
There you go.
All right, yours?
Is it Alex?
All right, now you need to multiply that by what?
Where's Alex?
Off you go. All right,
cool.
so
Yeah.
if we go 36
Yeah.
times 3,
All right, so
3
let's start
times
here. So
6.
first one, what was the title of the experiment? Name it. What did you call it?
12, 18. So we carry the 1.
Yeah,
3
good.
times
Write it
3.
in the little box. Yeah, that's fine. You can have a
9
different one.
plus
Heart
1.
rate, can you be more specific?
So
Heart
yours
rate
is
when-
108 beats per
Pulse
minute.
checking,
Make
yeah,
sure
okay.
you put beats per minute afterwards.
And then what I want you to do is the aim. So the aim tells the reader what is being
All right, so
investigated.
if we've got
can you start
108,
with
you've got 108, what was
start with
yours?
2,
You
and
haven't
what was
worked
the
yours
point
out yet,
of
what was yours?
the point of the experiment?
75
To what?
beats per minute. 99, make sure you put beats per minute.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and keep filling in those
Just
boxes.
waiting
Yeah.
for Aaron. $78?
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
So now what I want you to do, if we need to find out
If you want to write.
if we were to
so start with this one.
increase
Did we all
our
watch the
heart
video
rate by
together? Can everyone come around to
50%,
Aiden's one? Watch this again.
how would
Come
we
over
do
here.
that? We're going to first
Watch this,
find out what
and
50%
tell me what
of
you
our
think's happening
resting
in the
heart
video,
rate
right? So
is.
let's-
So can I get you to
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
out round
No, both
your
blood.
resting
Let's
heart
watch
rate
here.
to the nearest
So
whole
someone goes from the
number? So if you're
line, so one's
78,
here.
let's round it to
All right. What's O2CO doing?
80. If yours is 108, we're going to
Okay,
round down
keep
to
watching.
110. Yours is 70, so let's
Yeah,
round
oxygen,
it
yeah.
to 80.
I got 99, so I rounded to
Great. What is
What's deoxygenated
half of
then?
your resting
It's got
heart rate?
no-
So I want you to write 50%
Oxygen, yeah, so it's going back to the-
equals
what
half
for?
of your resting heart rate. So we're going to find out 50%
Yeah, to get the oxygen, yeah.
equals.
And then it goes back into the.
Yeah.
Yep. What's 50% of 100? What's half of 100? Great. What's half of 80?
So I just
What's
basically
half
say-
I want you
of
to
80?
explain what you think's happening
Good.
here. So see, look, there's the
Half
two
of
lines. There's
110.
the heart. Blue
So if you
is
know
what?
half
What's
of
blue?
100 is 50.
And what's red? So after you're exercising,
Good girl. 55.
the blood
All right.
goes back to
If we
where?
were to
Lungs
increase
to get what?
our resting heart rate by
Oxygen,
50%,
and then that
what
oxygenated
do
blood
we?
goes
We've
back to
got
where?
the data now
No,
to
yeah,
work
pump
that
back
out.
up.
So
Good,
what do you
excellent.
think we need to do?
Heart pumps.
You tell me what you think. You tell me.
Ooh, do we double it?
Press, can you
Yeah.
press on
So
the
you're
mic,
saying
or you can write it first
50,
and then you
double
can record on the
50,
microphone.
and then double it again,
For the lungs.
which is 80.
Yes. So
Or
you
if
explain
you
to me
add
what
in
you think's
40.
happening here.
So if we're essentially
No, tell me.
resting
What do you
heart
reckon?
rate plus 50% is 150%.
So what is all this stuff?
There's some over there on that sheet.
What is
Okay, so we've got 50%.
Yeah, that's
so we're
the
going
heart,
to
and what's
times
all the
that
stuff
by
going in
3.
and
If
out
I
of
know
it?
what 50% is, but I need 150,
Blood. So
I need to go
what's the heart
150
pumping what?
equals.
Yeah, and
how could I
and
work
it's
that out?
pumping
If
it to
I'm
where?
finding 150%, if your 100% is
why-
your
why is it
resting
going to
heart
the
rate
lungs?
plus 50%.
What's it getting from the lungs?
Well,
What is the
what's your
difference?
resting
when it goes
heart
into
rate?
the lungs, it's blue.
We
and
say
when it comes out, it's
110.
red. What's it
So
doing?
110 plus 55.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
your
oxygen
resting
into the
heart
blood.
rate
Yeah. So
is
try right, and when you're ready, press the
plus
microphone
40.
and try and
That would
explain
be
to
your
me what you think's happening.
150%. Yours is going to be what?
Blood for the lungs? To give it oxygen?
Yeah.
80 plus
Yeah, you'll
40.
do one. Yeah. So you can either write.
Great. Yours.
Yeah, sure.
Great. Make sure
Yeah.
you put beats per minute.
Yeah, per average price, please.
Yeah.
All right. Did you work out your
No,
maximum?
110 plus
Oh.
55. So
Is this
put
yours, Lucas?
150
Maybe because it
equals.
doesn't
So
have your name
just
on
as
it.
Elsie has, she's got
Okay.
150%
Okay, so what
equals
was the maximum? 220 minus 8. Did you do that
beats
calculation
per
first?
minute.
Well, first
Yours
of all,
is
what do you predict your
165,
maximum heart
what's
rate would be?
yours?
Resting, what was your resting?
So you had
Yours was
70,
74,
and then you're
no,
going
69,
to add. Sorry, you had 80,
72,
and you're
what
going
was
to
your
plus
resting?
40.
72. So what do you think your
Great.
maximum
Yours is
heart rate
so
would be? The maximum before
150%
it's dangerous.
equals 120 beats per minute.
You think
Yours
100?
is 120
No,
beats
that's
per
how
minute.
it's
So put 150%,
135, but that's in high intensity. What do you think your maximum heart
120
rate
beats per
The
minute.
maximum it can go.
So
The
I want
maximum
you
it can be.
now, we're going to find an exercise.
Yeah,
You've
with,
got
with,
some-
with most the high
You can work in
intensity.
pairs, that might be good.
do you
You've
think?
got a stopwatch on here.
Well, it can't be 100 because
What you need to do now is you need to find an
135.
activity that is going to increase your heart rate
Okay, so
by
write this down first.
by
So write your
50%. So you want your heart rate reaching 150
Yeah, exactly,
beats
exactly.
per minute.
So write down what
You
you
want
think your
yours
maximum heart
to
rate
reach
is. Go.
120. You want yours to reach 165.
Yeah. What do you
and
think?
you want yours to reach 120 beats
Okay,
per
162.
minute.
Do we have to do like the same process on that?
No, you're just finding. So if I was to find 50% of my heart rate, I might say I'm going to do star jumps for 1 minute straight.
Okay, then
So in
do,
pairs,
to work it
you're
out,
going
so
to
do
do the
220
stopwatch,
minus
and you're
your
going to
age,
find
and that is meant to give you your
if
maximum
your
heart
heart
And then when you do
rate
that one,
at
try
the
this
end
one.
of that minute
211
reaches
minus, so do 0.64 times your
150
age
beats per
and
minute.
subtract it from 211.
Does anyone
and
have
see
any
what you get.
questions?
So these are three different ways
can
to
you
find out your
reiterate what
maximum heart
you're
rate.
doing,
So now
Alex?
find it out using calculator. Okay. All right, here we go. So did you do your hypothesis? What did you think would happen?
Okay, so what
You
do we
did that?
think?
What
Do we
I
think
will
that's
happen-
fairly high?
Yeah. Okay, good.
So do you think
Excellent.
it's going to be a
turnover.
moderate
You
or a
do?
high intensity exercise? You
No,
think
that's
high
fine, that's okay.
intensity?
Now go
All
here,
right, so I want
observations.
you
What
to
did you
work in
discover?
pairs, so you two can work together.
Okay,
You two
what
can
did you
work together
discover?
to
What
find
was your
an activity that
observations?
will increase to that
Yeah.
150 beats per minute. All right,
Fantastic.
what
Right,
activity
right,
are you
yeah.
going to choose?
And then, was there anything else you
Sprinting on the
noticed
spot
in
for
your
how
body?
long?
Like after you exercise, your
Okay,
high intensity,
after that
what
minute,
else
you'll
was
then
happening
need
to your
to
body?
take your
Not just breathing fast, what else?
Pulse. Excellent. All right.
Tired,
Do you want a
what else?
stopwatch?
Talk all about those, okay?
Wait, when we got our pulse in, did we do it for 20 seconds?
Sorry.
Once we got our pulse.
And then
How'd you go?
times it by 3.
All right, show me what you're doing, explain.
Where is our
Okay,
safari?
So with the 9 people that
All right, what activity are you going to do?
Yep.
because 699,
Yes.
we have to divide by 9.
Why 9?
And that's
1.5 minutes.
Okay.
And so we
Sure.
690.
You can sprint up and back. That's a good idea. Why don't you do that? For how long?
About up and back and then up and back.
About 77.
Yeah,
got
and then you're
77
going to
what?
press start, and then once you get back, you're going to measure. Is that what you're doing?
So this was your
Or you-
699,
So
and then
sprint
did
up,
you divide
sprint
that
back,
by
sprint
9?
up, sprint back. 2 times, then you're going to stop, quickly
Come
go
over.
for 20 seconds, hit this, and then see what your heart rate is.
90, then times
2,
that
1,
by
go.
7.
Oh, you're trying to work out. Okay, okay.
Get it as close as it can to 699.
Okay. Okay.
600.
Go again.
Which is 693.
So you
Then
did
it's
9 times 10, and then you did times 7. So what's that? What's 7 times 10?
7 times 77.
Okay, so isn't that 70 to get
Alright,
to
find
630?
your pulse.
And then you do plus another one.
Go.
So wouldn't that be 71? Can you try it with your Chromebook? Can we divide it? So your number divided by the number of people. Yeah.
I'm in reading extension.
Sorry?
I don't know. I'm in reading extension. I don't know anything
That's
about
okay. Try these ones. Can we do it on
Do
the
you want me to draw
calculator?
the circles?
Circle 4.
The 9 groups?
Stop. All right, what was yours?
So what we want to do is how
What was
many
yours?
different
All right,
heart
so
rates do we
write
have
these
there?
down.
About 9.
Count them.
Just anywhere. So go 44, 48. What was yours? 48. 40. 48.
No, but how many
And then
actually
multiply
have their,
that by
how many actually
3.
have their numbers in there?
Reset and then 27.
9. Okay, so you...
Okay, 3 times 8.
Yeah, so we're going to add up all these.
8,
you need to add up their total
16,
first. Okay?
24.
And
So
then-
put the 4 down.
So what's
Carry the 2.
77.6?
3 times 4.
Is
9.
Good. Add 2.
9 times 14.
Good.
But what is this number? What is
Oh, so have you
77.6?
reached? No. Have you reached yours? Okay, so you're
Excellent.
going to have
So
to
can we
go
write that
a
down?
little bit
So the
more
average
intense.
Heart rate,
So
resting
what
heart
do you
rate
think
of
we're
your
going
class is?
to... You think up and back 3 times?
Yeah.
All right, so if
Yeah,
I
what would
clear
your
this,
answer
hold on, we need to remember, we need to lower our heart rate back to our resting heart rate. So we're
Okay.
going to do some breathing. Yeah, or you might sit down, or you might do some stretching. So you've got
Heart
1
rate.
minute to lower your heart rate.
78 beats per minute.
Okay. Now, have a look at the numbers. Were there any numbers
You
there
did.
that were more than
Okay.
you expected or different to what you expected?
If you reach this goal, you now need to investigate or increase your heart rate by 25%.
Do we have to lower
Okay, so which one do you think
Yep.
is... Or was there any other numbers that surprised you or thought?
No, you're going to move.
51 was pretty low.
So if you
Okay.
found out what 100 and so
Okay.
essentially you found
So
out your
what can we
resting
do?
heart rate, which is your 100%,
John, what can we do? If
and then
we
you've
think that
increased
number's
it by
inaccurate,
50.
what can we do?
I want you to now increase it by 25%.
We can't test again now. We've already got it.
So
So what can we do?
go back to your original. So if you've
Yeah,
got
okay.
80,
Can we try this? Can we? If this is what we
beats
call
per
an
minute.
outlier, if one is too far
Your
away from another
50%
number, could you try add them all up
equals
without 51
40
and then average it again and see if it gets you a
beats
closer
per
number?
minute.
So maybe take away the
but
108 and take away the
25%,
51,
what's half
add
of
them all
40?
up again and divide by 7 instead this time.
Yeah, because Mr. Simons, I got 372.
So
you
now I
add all
want
of
you to
them?
find, so 80 plus
186.
20, you now need to get
But did
your
you add-
heart rate
Yeah.
And then I added all of these together.
to 100. So you need to now find an activity that's going to increase it only to 100.
Wait, 372. Did you add the 242 to it? 132, 108, 130.
And then 130.
Decrease it first.
So that's what we have there. Altogether.
Same thing for this.
Yeah, so that's fine. But now what you're doing is you
No,
found
hold on. Did you add these ones, all of them together?
resting.
Yeah.
No, because 2 plus 8 plus
Which
add them in,
equals
type them in here. So
80.
add it in there.
It's a lower number, but it's
You found out what resting.
And it does another decimal.
Excellent, well done. Good. Okay, what I want you to do now is
50%
have a look at
equals,
your maximum
which is
heart rate,
120.
check your maximum heart rate, and find out your average maximum heart rate between the three of you.
But now
Okay,
you're going
fine.
to find out
Your sheets are here, aren't
resting.
they? Oh, your not your high intensity
Plus
one. Can you do the
25%.
average between just the three of you? Ivana,
So if
do you have
your
your sheet there as well?
resting is
This one
this,
here. So check an average.
you know
So
that's
what will you divide by this
100%.
time?
But 3.
50% is going to be 40, and
Good, okay, try that.
25% is going to be 20.
Do medium and
so
high.
you
do
would
both.
need to do
Yeah.
resting heart rate plus 25% is
Yeah, well, and tell me your results. Yeah.
so now you need to find an
Oh, you're
exercise
away.
that's going to raise it
Okay,
25%.
So, if we go to this one, we go to the results section, what do we discover?
59.
Right, 59. What was yours?
That's okay.
41.
Well, just right here, what did
41.
you discover? At the end of this lesson, what did we discover?
Really? Oh, okay.
Francesca, what did we
That's
discover?
fine.
that our heart rate increases
Yeah, when what?
when we do like work.
Okay, so can you write that? That's
Yeah.
your results. Increase. And can you
Carry
tell me
the two.
any evidence to prove it?
Three
Like what were
times
your numbers
5.
to prove it? If you don't have
Yeah.
numbers, you can just write what you had, right?
Good.
You want to move to the next one?
Yep. You're over. So if your resting heart rate, oh, okay. So you almost got there though. That's excellent. How'd you go?
123.
And what was your, oh, you're close.
All right, here we go. Do we find out our maximum? So what did it say according to this one?
It's just, we wanted to find
174.
out if you
Mine's
could work
raised,
out
it
what
says your maximum
50%
is
extra would
210.
be.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And then you did the other way and it said maximum
All right.
was 204. And this maximum was said 201.
Hold on, I just wanna
Now
see
let's
if
find
Alex
out the average. Let's do, add them all together, 210 plus 204 plus 201.
32 times
And then
3.
divide by 3 so we get, you can use Chromebook as well. Let's do 210
96.
plus
96.
204.
Good, excellent. So you almost got there. Well done.
Yeah, plus 201. And what does that equal?
All right, boys and girls, it's time to move stations. So
Good,
finish.
now divide by 3 to find
I'll
out the
just
average.
wait.
By 3. So how many 3s are in 6? 2.
Finish off the activity that you are on.
Two
If
zero.
you're on a seesaw activity,
And then how many
you can
threes
finish
is
that later in class, but we are going to move clockwise.
Zero,
So Aiden's
zero.
group, you're going to John's group. John's group,
That's
you're
the
coming
average.
to me. This group, you're going to Lucas's, and Lucas, you're going over there. Chloe, you're coming to the seesaw activity.
Just be careful of
Off
the cable.
you
No,
go.
you'll need it. Take it to the next one.
Take your sheets with you.
Be careful of the cable, Chloe. Walk around. Okay,
All right.
come across. Go to the next one.
All right.
Is
Excellent.
that Lucas's? I thought
Hello,
that's
welcome.
There you go.
Can you read
Okay.
for me,
What I want you to
Aiden?
do is read this
Wait,
first.
that one?
I want you to predict, Alex, Elsie, predict what
Okay,
your
so
maximum heart rate
Ivana,
is. What's the maximum
we
heart
need
rate
to
before
increase
it's
our heart
dangerous?
rate
Read here.
by
I want you to write your
50%.
prediction first.
So
okay?
we need to first of
And then
all
write
work
down
out
you
what
think
our
your maximum
resting heart rate is.
Maximum.
Yeah? So what's our resting heart rate?
Alright.
Wait,
Can we have this together?
average of our resting
Can
heart
I
rate?
have, Julie, can you read
What
that?
does it say to do?
Finding the average. View the exercise data.
Mine is 71. Got 60 beats per minute by resting heart rate.
Pre-make connections.
We need to see how much our resting
Okay,
heart rate is.
before we do the average, what I want everyone to do is, can we write, do you all have your sheets there? Find your results. What was your resting heart rate? Do you have yours? Or you were awake? That's okay.
So if we say it's a 63 fucking resting heart rate, then that's 100%.
Okay.
We need to increase it by
How can we find
Yep.
half of
our
63
average heart rate of
is
us as a group?
30.9.
Do you know how to find your resting heart rate?
Yeah.
And then we got to add 63.
How do we do the average, Julia?
All right,
No,
off you
we've already
go.
got it here. Yours is 66, Julia.
So
Yours
what's your
is-
resting heart rate?
66.
66.
Okay.
As the
66,
boys said, we
yours
want to
66.
increase
What's
our
yours?
resting heart rate by
Resting.
50%.
No, that
So
was
we
your
need
guess,
to
wasn't it? What
first
was your
find
actual
out. So you can get a
result?
Sharpie, write your name.
84, is it?
So and go
Yeah.
resting heart
So
rate
what I want you to do now is
66
to work out your average. What do we
beats
do
per minute.
between the three of you? If we want to do just the three of us.
Between add up all the so we add them all together.
Yeah, and then what?
You divide it by 4.
Why by 4? The only thing is,
All right,
Sienna
now we can
wasn't
choose
here.
to round it to the nearest whole number. So if you go,
Okay, let's do that. Let's work
this
out just
sign
our
here is
average first, and then we'll work out the class average.
And that's
Good. Now,
17
can you do
beats
this?
per minute.
Find your
Yeah.
pulse.
All right,
Can you find
we
it?
need
So
to
just on
first
your
of
neck, you
all
can try to
find out
start.
what
See if you
50%
can
of
find it, yeah.
70 is.
Yeah.
So what's
I grab your sheet. I want you to fill in the
Yeah, so
aim
half.
and observation
So
section.
50%.
What were the results of your experiment?
is
I'll be
half
over
of
in a minute.
70? Yeah.
Just find. See if you can you feel it. Your pulse in your neck.
What's half of 70?
The heart. Can you feel your heart beating? Can you move it until you find it, or you feel it here? You feel this?
Good. So at 35.
Try and move it until
Yeah.
you can feel your heart rate.
Okay. Now you know that this is 100%.
No, I'm feeling my heart rate.
Okay, can you
So
feel
it's
it in your chest?
100% plus 50%.
Okay,
which is
cool. So what I want you to do is we're going to count
So now
for
you're going
20
to add
seconds,
70 and
you're going to
35
count as
together.
many beats as you can in 20 seconds. Okay?
All right. Ivana's
So
just
you
finishing
count
hers
how
off.
many
So
times
what's
you feel a beat.
150%
All right. Let's say go timer.
of your resting
All
heart
right, did
rate?
we calculate it?
103.5.
Yours?
And that was your average
And
as a group, yeah?
Ivana's? Hold on,
So
hold
now
on.
what I want you to do is go to the Excel
Now,
spreadsheet
your
and have a look
goal
at the
is
classes.
to find an activity that is going to
no, it should already
hit
be on here.
that
Go to-
50% of your heart rate.
Can you read out everyone's
So
heart
you
rate
can
in that
decide
one?
what
was
activity it is. It
Read
could
them
be.
all.
Now,
Go
if you
back.
think
No, just
half,
read it.
if you think about your maximum
'cause you
heart
might get
rate,
away. So
do
you
you think
can-
that's going to be a
I'll do it
high
again.
intensity
Right,
exercise?
No,
Your
yeah, change
maximum
it
heart
to-
rate. Okay, so 50% of your heart rate, so resting heart
Okay,
rate
I'll
plus
tell you when to start.
50%.
You
Is that
find
going to
your
be a
pulse, I'll
high
tell you when to start
intensity
counting.
or a medium?
Got it?
You think medium?
Ready?
So I'm going to let you
Set.
discover this.
Go.
So
Start
at
counting.
the end of your activity,
I'll-
you need to
Try
retest
again.
your
I'll
heart
tell you when to
rate.
stop. You ready?
And if you've
Find it
hit
again.
this number here, your
I'm on my way.
150%,
I'm coming.
you know that that activity increases by
Find it again.
50%. If it's gone under or over, that has
Find it.
not reached 50%. So what activity are we going to try? You could do all different ones. It's up to you.
Actually, no.
You got it?
So you're going to jog. Hold on. You're going to jog, and then you're going to come back and test your heart rate. Okay. Off you go. What are you going to do?
Can you feel it now?
Okay. For how long?
Feel it at all?
Great. Set a timer.
You got it now?
I'm going to do, I don't know if it's just me breathing.
That's okay. That's right. Just try and count.
Great.
You ready?
For how long?
Set. Go.
Okay. Here's your stopwatch.
And I'll tell you when to stop.
Clear?
Just keep.
Go clear. Ready? Go. So you've done one lap. You can use it? Yep.
All right, stop. How many did you count?
Okay.
23.
now test
Excellent.
your
So
heart
write down
rate.
23. Perfect. That's correct.
You
Right,
need to
23.
count. Find a
And because we
stopwatch.
did 20 seconds, we're trying to work out beats per minute. So that was 20 seconds. How many seconds in a minute? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we'll come out. 60. So we need to times that by how much?
3.
Yeah. So do that times 3, and that'll be your resting heart rate. Okay. Now,
Hold
what I
on,
want you to do
hold
now
on.
is find all the numbers here.
Sorry,
what
you've
do
got
you
to
need
go
to do
in.
with them all? Yeah,
So
that's
you
your
got
resting.
to, hold
That's
on.
okay.
No, you're right. Test yours.
Excellent. Right. So you can add to your
So
spreadsheet.
count your
on
heart
here.
rate
Find
with
the
your 20
spreadsheet.
seconds. Lower
And
your
you can
heart
write
rate
your
and then
name
we'll do it
and
on
your
mine.
number. So
Okay.
what I want you to do now is add all these up,
So do I have to do another lap?
Yeah.
and then we're going and then we're going to divide
Lower your
by
heart
how
rate,
much
remember?
for the class average.
So do some breathing.
Well, are there 20 there though? You have to count how many are there. All right. Okay. Yeah. Do them together. Okay. How we go? No, not through
Okay,
here.
now you gotta
Here.
test your heart rate.
Cancel. Just scan code.
It doesn't
Yeah,
work
but it
though.
gives
Ready?
us like a student.
Set.
I can't feel it.
Yeah, but it does that.
Yeah, that's okay. And just go.
Journal.
Around here.
There you go. And just go add response. Okay.
Are we gonna write in our?
That's okay. Just go scan code. That's okay. That's what. Just scan code. And then I want you.
to journal.
Ready?
And then can you watch
Go.
the video together? So watch the video and discuss it with
63.
you. Go
So we're at
journal as well.
63 and then multiply.
There you go. Okay.
No, times 3. Didn't you do it for
I did it to
Okay.
20.
How we
I
go?
did the job.
Do we predict what our maximum heart rate is? What do you? You guess
did you count
136?
your beats per minute?
170? What'd you guess?
So now multiply that
Have
by
your own
3.
guess. If she gets 136,
No, seriously, we didn't.
hey, the exact same number. Okay. And what'd you guess? 220.
Alright, you ready, Lockie?
Excellent. Now, what I want you to do is look at your sheet. What was your
Go.
maximum heart rate last time?
132.
Yours was
20
150?
seconds.
That was your guess. How much was last time?
Oh, 156.
So that's more. Yeah, that's more already. In that one.
Which is exactly.
So what I want you to do now is this is how you actually calculate your maximum. Katia, this is how you actually calculate. So check what your maximum was last time. Then do this. You do 220 and then subtract your
Stop.
age to find out your maximum. So can you do that now and work out what?
So 34 times 3?
What's that? No, do 220 take away your age. Unless you're 156.
Ooh, so you got there. Well done.
Yeah, there you go. And work out that.
So I'm 4.5.
So that's
So
good.
now
That's
we're
your
gonna
maximum heart rate. What's yours
Round
out?
that to
209? 120?
Yeah.
No, do this. 220 take away your age. That's to find out your maximum heart rate.
And then write down what activity
So imagine-
you did. What was your
Yeah,
resting
yeah.
heart rate?
Yeah. Now, so imagine if, let's pretend someone who's older, let's say someone who's 40. If they're 40 years old, is their maximum heart rate going to be higher or lower? Why lower? Exactly. So let's say someone's 40 years old. What would their maximum heart rate be? Fantastic. Very good. All right. Now, this is the next way you can do it. You can do 211.
Oh,
if
because
it's the
there's
same or
nothing to
different.
add, so it's
211
125.
minus. So you got to do 0.64 times your age first.
No,
so
no,
use a
no.
Chromebook.
This turns into a 1.
So do
Take away 0.64.
so no, do
So
0.64
125
times
and
your
what was
age first.
150%?
0.64.
Oh, so you've
Times
got
your
to be
age.
over. So now you need to lower your heart rate. Now, if you found 50%,
no.
what I want
It'll
you to
be
do now is
6.4,
find
'cause decimals.
25%. What activity is going to increase your heart rate 25%?
And then you subtract that from
Yeah.
211.
So if you've done, hold on.
209.
No, you got times your
So
age first.
yours
So
was
do,
running.
6.4.
Well, running. So you're going to retest
6.4 times.
the activity.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Use a
So
Chromebook.
subtracting.
Yeah, subtract that. Just you can round that. Why don't you just round that to? Oh, that's right. Yeah, keep going. So
If
11 take away
running
60.
around was too much, what could you do?
Good.
Could you maybe do a power walk
64 times 10
and see if that's
Yeah,
it better?
good. Yeah, and now do 211 take away 6.4 and see what you get.
maybe.
Okay.
Maybe I could do a job just around the half court.
Great.
That
off
was
you
the
go.
other one. Now do this one. Do 211. Because this is a different weight. Excellent. Well done. So which one was?
Yeah.
So one said 210 and one said 205. Good. And then do the
So
last
why
one.
don't you choose something
0.7
else?
times your age.
'Cause you wanna
and
hit
subtract that from
100.
208.
All right, now, John, you're finding out if you're 100.
No, 211,
So essentially, you're finding
take away
out
6.4.
125%. What activity is going to increase your heart rate 25%? Yeah.
Good. Excellent. So now subtract that from 200 and...
So what would that be?
211 take away
What's
7.4.
100%?
7.0. Take away 7 and see what you get.
Okay. What's half of 69?
34.5.
Okay. Now you're finding half of that.
Excellent. Good. So what can we do now?
17.2.
Well, we've got 3 different numbers.
Okay. So right, 17.25.
How do we know which one's right? What can we do? What were you going to say?
Take away the wall.
Add
Yeah,
69.
or what else can we do? When you got 3 numbers.
What was your heart rate?
Combine them.
Yeah, and divide
So
by...
28 times 3?
Nope. How many numbers are there?
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll do the average. So add them all together and divide by 3, and that should be your
So that's
average
too
maximum
low.
heart rate. Yeah.
No, 80.
Good job.
84.
How are we going?
So now you need to find something that's going to
Good work,
go
good
a
work.
bit.
What was the results of your experiment?
84.
What did we notice?
Maybe
Good. Excellent. Write that down.
maybe a sprint from there
Yeah.
up to there.
Okay.
Yeah. Fantastic. Did you write that in there? Good. Write that down. Fantastic. You said that very well. Yeah.
So you need to find an activity that's going
Can you add more
to
detail?
increase your
What
heart
about
rate.
what was the difference between
25% only.
medium and high
So if you
intensity
did
with your
star
heart rate?
jumps for a minute,
What was the
what are you gonna
difference
do
in your
now?
beats per minute?
The difference was because if you like how
But what was the number?
Okay.
I mean the difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you counting?
Was that my medium? That was my
They both were. Remember how we did it
Go.
twice?
yeah.
So it was 150 and the second one was 135. If you're not sure, you can add them together, divide by 2 to get the average.
Mine was when you know for the max one.
Yeah, yeah.
Mine was 78 for the first one.
Yeah.
Then it increased by. Can I use this?
Okay, good. From resting to medium.
No, just one high intensity from the
Okay.
test.
Okay, cool. All right, good. And that was the first. That was your prediction, or what was this?
30.
What was your results? 135.
61.
That was your results. That was your
Set.
prediction.
Found your heart rate?
Because that's your results. These were your predictions. Prediction results. Okay.
Okay, that was
Good. Well done. Excellent. So on average is about 142. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. And then on this one, did we fill these ones in? So also write, what were we trying to discover? Can you write in here? Michaela, on the other side, can you write your aim? What was the
What was
point
it?
of the experiment? We were trying to discover what in here? You're on this one. What were we
Times
trying to
3.
discover? And give it a title experiment.
Okay,
What
so
were
you're
we
going to have to
discovering?
find something else. Oh, you're right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
670.
Yeah, divide by 3. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god.
Sorry?
Close. How many threes are in 1?
No.
Yeah. So what do you now write up here?
Because
Yeah. So it should be 205, not 25.
6,
Yeah.
3 times 1.
No, and add the 5. Keep the 5 there on the end.
Yep, right, 3 here.
205. Good.
Oh, 205.
All right, so let's talk
3
about
times
what was our maximum heart rate? What do we get? Yep.
So 8 here and the 1 here. Yep. 183.
From
So it was your
211, yeah.
150. So you're trying to get 100. Is that trying to get 100?
Yeah, technically, yeah. But we just rounded. We just rounded.
Oh, but the calculator said 2 or 3.
Oh, it's Elsie's one.
What do you mean? Which one?
The calculator said 2 or 3.9.
Yeah,
Get
203 because
105.
plus
And what
that
did you get?
183.
Because 7 plus 3
Ooh.
is 10. Need to get to 11. Yeah, 203.
Okay, and
Should
what
be,
activity did you do?
203 is 0.96.
Okay,
Because
so
when you take
now
away the
if that's too
0.04,
intense,
it's now
you
less
might need to find
than
something
4.
that
It's
is
3.96, yeah?
lower impact.
Now, can you answer? Now, Elsie, you're done. Can you talk about the questions at the bottom with each other?
Okay, that's close.
So which one do you think was most accurate? Oh, third one, 0.7 times your age, but then take it away from 208 instead.
Yeah,
would be the
it doesn't have to be smack bang on, but you got pretty close, so well done.
Can I do 25?
Yeah? Yeah, now we need to divide by how much?
Oh no.
How many numbers are there?
As in like full numbers or separate?
How many different numbers are here?
3. Like by 3.
Oh, it was, which one was this one? Hold on.
How long are you running
yeah,
for?
so 6.4 isn't your maximum
All
heart
right,
rate.
go.
Why 6.4?
5,
That's just to calculate 2046.
Oh,
So you've got 210, 204.6, add them
All
together,
right, test your heart rate.
Oh, I've got exactly 30 seconds. So,
414, and then we're going to divide by 2 because you've got 2 numbers. So can you divide that by 2? So go 414.6 and divide that by 2. Go. So we get, that should be your maximum heart rate average.
Swap.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're good to go.
no.
Did we record? Press tick. Press tick.
All right, boys and girls, can we please rotate again clockwise? So this group, you're going to go over to Aaron's group and move accordingly. Well done. Hello,
That's it, leave it. No,
welcome.
don't sign out. That's right. No, leave it. Don't need to sign.
Do you have your sheets with you?
Okay.
Take your sheets with you.
Can I get you
Can
3,
you take
before you
Lachlan's?
answer it individually
Take
on the
Ivana's.
iPad, can you watch the video together and talk about what you think is happening in the video?
All right.
Let's explain. Michaela, come watch it together.
Can you read for me what this activity is called?
Good job, Christian.
Can you read number point 1
Is
for
there
me?
3 of us or 4 of us? 3? What about Christian?
Second.
Oh, sorry, Esther's with that group.
How could we do this?
All right.
Okay,
Before you do
so
that,
what is your
do you want to
resting
read
heart
this
rate?
one? And Christian,
According to
read
your
this first
data.
for the group.
So can you write your name somewhere on this
Francesca,
piece of
listen to
paper
this first.
and write resting heart rate? Anywhere. So maybe right here, Julia. So right, your resting heart rate from the data you got last week.
Average heart rate after moderate physical activity. Can you find the class average?
So if this formula is telling us resting heart rate
Yeah.
plus 50%,
Okay,
we
so
need
how
to
do we
find
work out
out what
average? What do we do?
50% of our resting heart rate is. How do I do
How do we
that?
work out average? How do we work out? Okay.
Yep, or halve it. So can you write 50% equals? 50% equals? What is 50?
Okay, so
what's
what
half
number
of
did you get?
84, Esther?
I had 75.
What's half of 80?
70 between.
You had 75, you had 70.
What's half of
Just
4?
wait for Christian.
So 42
Can you
is
find
50%.
yours?
What's
Okay,
50%?
and what was
Hold
yours?
on.
Look at your
Yep,
results.
yours, so 3,
Oh,
what's
you
yours?
can use that one. Yeah, use this one here. What did you get?
Okay, what's half? So round it up to 70.
Okay,
What's
so
half
you had
of 70?
75, you had, and you had 75, right? If I want
Good, so
one
35.
number to be for the average
All right,
of the three of
what
you,
is now
what
your
would it be?
resting
What would
heart
that
rate
number be? Yeah.
plus 50%? So
How did you work
would
that
have
out?
to do 66 plus, right, write it down. So write 150
Yeah, okay.
because
How can we
resting
actually
heart
work
rate is
this out to check?
100%.
What can we do?
And then your
How many numbers do we have?
50% extra is 150%.
Why do we have 3 numbers?
150%.
Yeah, there's 3 of you. So you
Yep.
have a number each. So what can we do
So
with
what
the 3
is
numbers?
42 plus
Add them,
84?
and then what can we do with the added number?
Yours is going to be
By what?
So we did 70 plus
by
35. Yours
Divide by
is?
70. Why 50? Why 70?
What's yours?
100.
Why 20?
I got 126.
So you're going to divide by number of seconds?
No, it would equal.
What's your
We
resting
want to
heart
find
rate?
one number between how many people?
Yeah.
3.
And
So
hers
what
is
do we need to
84.
do?
So 84,
Divide by?
half of that
Yeah,
was
because there's 3,
42.
right? So let's do that.
Yeah,
so
so
let's
what is
start. Everyone grab a text, write
Right,
on the
write it
paper.
down.
Add all
Yours
your
is?
numbers together. So you had
Beats per minute. What's
75,
yours, Julia?
75 and 70. Let's
Right,
add that up
beats
and
per
see what we get.
All right, today you're going to find an exercise that increases your heart rate by 50%. So you want, at the end of your activity, your heart rate to be 99. Yours is going to be 99, yours is 105, and yours is going to be?
126.
So you need to think about, you can work in pairs. You've got iPads for stopwatches.
What number do we get?
So think about an activity
Okay.
that will
All right.
increase your heart
How do
rate
we
by
now work out what
50%
the
to get
average-
to that
so that's
target
our
number.
heart rate
If it's
all
a few
combined.
off, that's
How do we
okay,
work
but
out
you
just our
want to
average heart rate?
generally get
What do we
around
need
that
to do?
number.
Divided by. Okay, let's divide by 3. So you can either try to do it, work it out on the paper,
You can use whatever you want to help you do that.
or you can use.
Might be star jumps,
your
might be
Chromebook.
running, could be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
But
Do you know
at
how
the
to
end
divide
of
on
that
paper?
activity, you need to test your heart rate.
Okay. You can use Chromebook.
Don't
open
forget-
This up, check on there. Yeah.
Okay, Esther?
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to run, are you going
What
to
do you
skip?
think?
What are you going to do?
Was carbon dioxide going in or out?
Okay.
Not air. But what's in the air that we're coming in? Yeah.
Star jumps, squats, what are you going to do?
No.
And
No,
how
O.
long for?
The O. Yeah, so oxygen in, and what came out?
Carbon dioxide.
Good in the video. And what was going in and out? What was that?
Okay.
Like, let's
Off
watch
you
the video
go.
again, you're right. Yeah, what fluid was it? Yeah, it wasn't a gas though.
Okay, you ready? Find your heart
Let's
rate.
watch here. So O2, so
Found it?
oxygen, goes in,
Sure.
and what goes out? Yeah, good. Yep. So what is this? What's that? What's going into the heart? What fluid is it?
Go.
It's
Okay, heart rate. So
not
stop.
water.
Find your heart rate. Back to your
Yeah,
heart
it is
rate.
veins. What's in the
Start
veins?
counting.
Blood. It's blood. But why are they showing it blue?
Stop.
What's blue?
Because
Write it down what it was. However long you want.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, keep watching. So that's going into the lungs, and it comes out of the lungs a different. Why is it a different colour now?
What'd you get? All right, 52 times 3. What was
Yeah, but what
yours?
happened to the blood?
Times 3.
Well, what the blood went into the lungs, and then came out of the lungs with what? What's in the blood now this time?
Yeah, that's okay. I said if it's all right if it's a few off.
Yeah. So it goes into
Okay.
the lungs to get
So
oxygen in the
rest
blood. When you
first.
run and exercise and walk,
What was yours?
what's happening? You're releasing.
What's 52 times
oxygen
3?
goes. Yeah, and you get carbon dioxide. So then the blood has to go back into the lungs for what?
to more circulation and more.
Oxygen. Yeah, need more oxygen. So it's traveling around the blood. Let's get watching. That's right. Exactly. Yeah. There you go.
Then
And
it's actually basically like a.
So what's
roller
50
coaster.
plus
that's right. Yeah,
50?
just around and around. That's it.
Plus
Perfect.
100.
But then
Plus, sorry,
how-
plus
then
50.
If it's like in a
Okay,
medical,
now
like,
add
Yeah.
2.
then that won't happen again. It won't
Plus
go
two?
it won't go circulate because if you're in a
Write it
like in
like a medical emergency.
Yeah.
So it's too high, isn't it?
Coming out
You want to get to 126. You need to find an activity that
It
is
depends
less
if the heart's still
than
pumping.
that
If the heart's still pumping, it's still okay. So have a look at the picture here. We've got
Are
the
you
two
testing your heart
lungs.
rate?
We've got the heart. The blue colour
was
is
it?
the
26 times 3.
what's deoxygenated mean?
What was
If
yours?
red,
It doesn't have oxygen.
yeah. So it's just got. So what's it got then? If it's got no oxygen, it's carbon.
Carbon dioxide.
Okay. So we've got one with oxygen, one carbon dioxide. So this and the red blood is when it has.
Blood.
So you need to get to 99, so you need to
Okay,
lower
so
your
can
heart
you
rate
try
back
it?
to
You've got an
resting, and then you need to
record and
retest.
explain what's happening. So the heart's pumping the blood, it's sending the blood around the body, and then go around.
So why don't you
this is
count
just
together?
for-
Find your heart rate.
Okay, go. have a
Ready?
go. Just go add
Set.
response. No, sorry,
Start
logged in.
counting.
Just add response. You're right. All good? We won't get round to every station,
No.
but 12:30, pack them 5 minutes. I think this will
Yeah.
be our last one, and we'll just do a little reflection
Yeah.
on things. And they
Last
can
one?
Share with each other.
Yeah, and then-
Maybe we can get one to talk about one of their stations.
So
Alright,
44
how do we
times
work-
3,
how do we
what
work
was
it out?
yours?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so you're all going to have maximum heart rate, yeah? That's one way? That's a great question. Do you think so or not?
We're all 10. Yeah.
According to this formula, but do you think that's actually correct? Why not?
Because
I just want to actually test out max heart rate by doing 3 sprints of laps. Can we do that afterwards?
Yeah, we could check, yeah. You want to see what your maximum is?
So it's too much. It's too high.
Hold on, what about this one? If 220 minus your age is your maximum, what happens if someone's older? What happens if you're like 50 years old?
So
No,
what's
but
4
what happens if
times
someone's
3?
50 years old? What would happen to their maximum heart
my god.
3 times 4
rate? So what happens is the older you get, according to this formula,
plus 1.
your maximum heart rate is, yeah,
132.
as much, we don't
Yeah,
need as
good.
much.
When your kids are like,
And so what that also means though, the younger you are, what's that also mean? Your maximum heart rate will be. Good, excellent. So keep going and do the next one. So try the
Okay,
next
so
one and
yours
see if
will be
it's the same or different.
132, and you wanted yours to be 105, so yours is too high.
No, would you have less or higher? Oh, your younger sister. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go.
So yours was too high, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
we got the title by 10.
yeah.
Would we add a 0 to that?
Oh, you got 90.
I got 210.34.
Why 0.36?
Because we have to minus 6.
No. Before you subtract, do 0.64 times your age, then subtract it. Like bod mass. Times always comes
So
first.
it's 0.64.
No.
I guess 100.
If you do this, when I times that by 10, what happens? No, it's a decimal. You can't add a 0. So instead you,
I believe 0 is the big.
no, not.
I put the decimal.
Yeah. So it'll be 6.4 now. So now do 6.4. Do 211. Take away 6.4.
Okay.
That's where you get. Cool. Here we go. What was our observations? What did we discover? What was our results? Right in here. What was the result of your experiment? What happened when you did your experiment and you did last week and you did high intensity, medium intensity? What was the result? What happened? The more you exercised or the higher intensity, what happened?
So if that's
your
the
heart rate
answer, then what
increased
do you
more.
have to do now?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And then you can talk about we'll talk about your numbers. Give me evidence in results. Like
What does it say there?
Yeah, you can split it. Oh, other observations are things like what else did you notice? Like, did you get red in the face? Were you puffing? What other
So yeah, you
observations did you
divide
notice?
it by
Just
the
swap-
number
just
of
do a arrow, just
items
swap.
in the set. So how many? What do you think that means? If you've calculated everyone's resting heart rate,
Okay.
what do you think you need to divide it by?
Can we have everyone just pop the iPads and
Why
pencils
15?
down?
I mean, 14.
Can we bring our
Excellent, good.
sheets
So work
into
out
the floor, please?
984.
Bring your sheet with you and your
14.
pencil.
And then write down your answer.
Lucas, did you get
All right,
your
off
video
you
done? Good. Bring your results with you.
Sitting down,
That's
take
fine,
your
let's go.
sheets with you.
I don't know if this is good. Me too. I don't know if I
That's
explained
right.
it.
Doesn't matter. I just want to see what you got.
but I know I understand.
Take
it,
your sheets
Fantastic,
with you,
that's okay.
please. Actually, Elsie, can you go around and
Right,
collect
grab your
everyone's
sheet.
sheet,
No, we're going to come
please?
down for a moment.
Leave everything on the table.
Grab your. Is this your one? Whose is this one? Let's go. Michaela, is this your one?
Give this to
Okay.
Elsie, please.
And I'll sign out of this one.
Come and sit down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lachlan, 1.
Francesca, come sit down with your sheet.
Boys, can we turn and face the front for me, please? That way, Esther.
All right, cool. Can we talk about, hands up if you did this station over here, Formula 1, 2, 3. Hands up if you did that. Can you explain, who can explain what they had to do there and what they discovered? Yeah.
They have to multiply and minus what their results. No, their heart rate, the resting heart rate.
Yeah.
And
What were you trying to discover on that station? Yeah.
Well, there was like a number, then you had to times it by your age,
Yeah.
and then you had to like subtract it.
To work out what were you trying to
work out
find?
your heartbeat.
the max heart
Your maximum heart rate. Yeah, Aaron, what were you going to say?
I was going to say that you have to work out your maximum heart rate and how.
Fantastic. And what did we find out with our maximum heart rate? What did we find? Who can tell me their maximum heart rate according to the formula?
I was 205.2.
205?
205.4.
Similar, yeah. Hands up if you had the exact same maximum heart rate as someone else. Why? Who can tell me why you had the same heart rate? Yeah.
Because you're the same age.
Fantastic, very good. So do you think that is accurate for everyone? Everyone at the same age would have the exact same maximum heart rate?
Not really.
What factors could impact that?
Because elderly people.
If you're the same age. So what factors could impact a difference in your maximum heart rate? What's one reason?
Depends on if you're physically active.
Yep, good boy. Excellent if you're physically active. Yeah, maybe.
Some people pump more blood than others, like because they're moving faster or they're doing more.
The speed on how they move, yep.
Like how it slows down your body.
Yep.
So that formula is just a what? It's not 100% accurate, it's just a
Rough guess.
rough guide just to help to think about, right? And we also notice that if you're subtracting your age, if someone's a lot older and you did the formula, what's going to happen to their maximum heart rate if they're a lot older?
It'll be a lot lower.
A lot lower. So we can sort of come to a finding or conclusion that the older you get, maybe your maximum heart rate's lowered. What about the back table? Who did the back table?
With me.
Sienna, do you want to talk about what you had to do? Yep.
No, first you have to get your the pulse.
Heart rate? Yep.
Yeah. And you had to, I think, times it.
You can help her out.
Yeah, Alex?
So you had to test your heart rate at the start, and then you had to do high intensity heart rate, and then you measure that. Then you had to cool down for a bit, so then you could measure your medium.
But what was the goal of that exercise? It was to find what?
We're trying to find how to increase your heart rate by 50%.
And what was yours?
What was the 50%?
How did you find it?
I did star jumps for a minute.
Yeah, but how did you find what 50% of your heart rate was?
Oh, so you get your normal resting heart rate, and then you divide it by 2, and then add one of those halves back onto the.
Cool.
Excellent, well done.
Very good.
Great.
Excellent.
I had to do.
Hands up if you had to work out the class average on that table. You worked out the averages.
Yes, I'm good.
Francesca, can you explain what you did?
So we did all the sums. We did our resting heart rate.
Yep.
And then we added all the classes' resting heart rates together.
Very good. Yeah.
And then we got an answer, and then we divided it by 14.
By 14. Why 14? Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
because there's 14
People in the class. Good. Yeah. So some people added their data later. So some people were away, so they added it today. So some people added some more. Good. What did you find? What was the average?
930.
That was the total. And after you divided it, what was it?
It was. like. No, we didn't do it. No. Oh yeah, we did.
You just ran out of
Oh,
time.
you ran it up. Okay, cool. All right,
excellent.
very good.
73
73. Good. That was the average resting heart rate. Very good. Yeah.
With that, there was only 9 people
Yeah.
that did it.
Yeah.
And after we plus all them together, it equals 699. And then we divide by 9, that equals 77.66667.
So it's close, even though we added those extra people, the average remained similar. If we had a number that was really low, well, let's say someone wrote down their heart rate was 20 beats per minute, or someone had something really high, like 150, what could you do when you work out the average? Yeah. What could you do?
Well, you could just.
If I had a number, let's say there was a number that was 20 beats per minute, what could I do? Because if I add that to my results, it's going to change my results. Yeah.
You might not put that in your sum because it's probably inaccurate.
Excellent. What do we call that?
Starts with an O. Out something.
Outrageous. Observation.
No.
Oh.
Outlier.
Outlasting.
No. Outlier. Outlier.
Okay.
What about the last station? Can anyone explain the relationship of the circulatory system? Who watched the video? Yeah? Okay, can you explain it to me, Aiden?
So basically you gotta tell, well, from the seesaw, you gotta like make this, you gotta do a voice recording of how does the blood pump to the heart.
And how does it pump to the heart?
So it comes from the deoxygenated blood is in the heart already after exercising, and then the lungs pump oxygenated blood into the heart and takes out the deoxygenated blood.
Well
That's pretty
done,
good.
excellent. Great explanation.
Valentina? What are you going to say? Yeah.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Excellent.
All
Before we pack up, I wanted you to talk to the person next to you. Just turn to someone and tell them 2 things you have learnt today that you did. What 2 things? Be specific. What about the heart rate? Yeah, okay. Good, good. Now you can work out what you...
Different ways.
It's so hard, like, because I could have spent like each table, like I could have spent so much more time. But it was good because at least I got like a taste
Yeah.
of it. Because within the 3 lessons, we wouldn't have got to like all those. We could have only have picked one to do as a whole
Exactly.
class. Is the other class going to come to us?
I'm going to go and get them.
Okay, cool. All
Yeah.
right.
So I'll take these guys up and
Yeah.
I'll grab the other ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Would anyone like to share something that they have learnt? Think about what you learned or what you knew about resting heart rate at the beginning of this sequence of lessons. So what your prior knowledge was to what it is now. What's something that you've learnt?
I learned that what different exercises are medium, what different exercises
Yeah.
are high.
Yeah.
And how star jumps you don't just do
Sideways?
one, you could do like 50.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to?
Something you've
Do you
learnt.
want to move them closer or just where they are? Or just.
How the blood circulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, about blood circulation. Good.
Similar, but like
Yeah. Cool.
deoxygenated and oxygenated blood flows around the body.
Excellent. Anything else? Something else you've learnt?
And with that, I learned about the carbon dioxide and the
Yep.
oxygen.
Good. Excellent. Hands up if you've just learnt something as simple as finding your resting heart rate. Yeah? Excellent, well done. All right, we're going to go back up to class now. I'm going to take you into Miss Grabach's class. We're going to do a writing lesson. So you're going to need I'm going to get you to grab your Chromebooks and your writing books. So we're going to line up at the door nice and quietly.
Nah, that's okay. Yeah, I've got some. Is that better there? Okay, move them closer if you want. Yeah, sweet. Okay. Cool.
That was so interesting on the average table.
Yeah.
So some kids like straight away were using division with that.
That's right, and then
symbol,
some.
and kids
I
have
know.
got
I was
absolutely no
surprised there's
idea.
some that
Yeah.
So.
Or even making the additions. There's so many different strategies
Yeah,
that they had for like adding a series of large numbers.
Yeah. I was surprised with some of them because by grade 5, it's a skill they should have. I don't know if it's because I haven't covered yet maybe this year. I don't know. It's interesting because especially I would have thought the kids last year definitely would have had that skill. But until I wonder too if it's again like not taught in context. It's like if it's just taught in class, like here's a lesson, they've never applied it to something, then they don't know how to actually use it in application. I don't know. That's one good thing about having them, like actually using the maths, for something real to them.
Yes.
Because I wonder sometimes if it translates, or maybe they're solving equations, but they don't understand why they're doing it. I think I was the same with some of them, especially when I was asking them about working out the averages. Like the divide, like someone say, oh, do we divide by number of seconds? Like that shows they don't understand why they're calculating the average or what they're doing with the numbers. So it's a different insight because if you gave a worksheet on it or something, they might all.
They learn the routine.
That's right, but
then
then understand they're not thinking mathematically about it.
Yes. Because even those kids that you were asking, about there was 3 of them adding up, and then what do we divide by? And then kids said 70.
I wondered.
30. And I thought, I remember last lesson they were thinking about dividing, by those big numbers because they were thinking about the heartbeats. This is different because they're thinking about averages.
That's right.
But making that kind of transition.
And I think too, we didn't do this time around. We didn't do an explicit lesson on the averages. Like we never actually taught as a class. It sort of like came up. And then I was talking to Beck as well, like there was a number of things there we thought, like each activity on each station could really be a whole lesson in itself if it was an explicit thing.
But I quite like the independence.
I think too, often even when we look back, we thought the kids were really engaged last time, but you forget and realise how much they're sitting down again. So I thought at least if we get straight into the activities and they walk around doing tables, because you don't realise from your perspective until you watch back the video, it's like, even when they've been given a task, they're still sitting there quite a lot. So,
I thought this was really nice that they seem to have, at least the tables I watched, they had enough time to do the task.
Yeah, a little bit,
I mean, they could have had a little bit more time, but they actually could get the gist of the task.
It's tricky too with, in rotation-wise, because not everyone gets to go to each table in that time. So, it's more really like a double lesson you could do. Like with the other class, they could be combined and do more time on each station before they go. So.
And so that was a decision that you two made? They'll do 3 out of 5?
That's right, yeah. Well, we thought if we could expose them, because we're left with the other choice, we were going to just do one lesson explicitly. But then there were so many other little things that we felt they missed. It's like we'll just expose it to a few. And hopefully when they come back and share a little bit about it, they can sort of fill in the gaps between one another.
What you did at the end.
Yeah. So.
And this is it now for this?
Yeah. So I think it was good last year when we did the science one. That sort of happened. The space one we did earlier in the term. So the lessons continued on and we were able to build it. So we've actually designed a whole unit with the grade 5s this next term, all around space, Mars, rover and things. So it's going to tie into the literacy as well.
Oh, great.
So we've got like a whole unit ready, and then in STEM they're actually going to build their own Mars rovers out of Lego and stuff. So we're going to trying to make it a whole unit.
Yes. So this is one part of something that.
Yeah. And then too, it's hard to with like in their inquiry classes we have like alternating topics that are set by the school. Right. So it's trying to get them to align and match. So the space one aligns really well with the next unit term, but with the pulse one, it was sort of like we could tie it into a little bit of their PE as well. But the inquiry topic at that time, in term 1 they do more about health and looking after themselves. So you could put it into that and make it a longer unit.
But you could
come see here.
First.
Yeah. Come sit down. All right, did I? Thanks. Okay, we have our third lesson today. Can someone explain what we've been learning about recently, or what we've been doing in these lessons? Yeah. What about it? Yeah.
Trying to figure out like what our pulse is and stuff.
Yep. And we used some different calculations to work it out. What were some of the different ways we calculated it, Leah?
We counted by 30 seconds and then times it by 2.
Good. Yep. Hands up. Raina, what were some other ways we calculated out? We counted. Good. Yep. On the
Fingers on your neck.
Yep. Very good. Excellent.
Did it by 20 seconds
20
and
seconds
times
as well.
it by
Good.
3 BPM.
And that's the one we settled on as a class to make it fair and the same one. Today we're going to be using some of our skills that we've started using for our heart rates to complete some activities around the room and on the different tables. So we're going to have a look at some of them. So can everyone stand up, and we'll start over at table 1 if everyone wants to go over there.
All right, can I get everyone to take a step back for me? One step, yep, perfect, not too far. Excellent. All right, what do you think we should do before we even start the activity? What do you think we might need to do, Shay?
I think maybe estimate what we're doing.
Maybe.
Read.
Read, what might you read? Okay, excellent. So you're going to read the instructions. So this one here is a Seesaw activity. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to go onto Seesaw. You will see your 5G code, so you'll need to either scan or you can use the code to log in. Okay, so if I'm going to have a look onto this one here, okay, this is the Seesaw activity that pops up. Okay, there is a video for you to watch. Okay, once you watch the video, there is an activity for you to complete, which gets you to explain what you have just watched and the process that you see in the diagram. So you're going to use your microphone tool and you're going to explain it verbally. Make sure you have selected your class and who you are when you submit it. Really, really important. If you get stuck on the instructions, you can have a look at this, or you can come and see Mr. Simons or myself. Anyone have any questions before we move on? Nope. Okay. Can we go to the one behind you?
So this one you're going to be finding the average resting heart rate. So on our sheets, I'll hand these around as well. These were our reports that we did from our last lesson. Remember, we predicted our heart rates, and then after we predicted, what did we do? Yeah? Yeah, we actually measured it and found out what they were. So you'll have your predictions on the front and you'll have your actual calculations on the back. You'll need these. So when you come around to the table, check what your actual resting heart rate was, and then on the computers you have your spreadsheet with your class and it has everyone's heart rate listed on there. Okay? If yours isn't on there, you can add yours there from using this. Right? And then you need to calculate what the class average is. Right? Why do you think it's important knowing the class average? Why are we interested in that?
Because that's normally the average for everyone.
Yeah?
For everyone.
Yep.
It's like to know like if our heartbeat is like normal, like how it should be.
Exactly, yeah. So then you can actually compare it to the average and see is mine higher or lower, and then we can make some other conclusions from that as well. So that's all on the Chromebook, and then we'll calculate it. There'll be some mathematical calculations you'll do, okay? You can also write on the table as well to show you're working out. All right, any questions for that one? All right, let's go to the next one.
Right, Noah, what's the name of this activity?
Target practice.
Excellent. This is target practice. You'll be with me for this activity, so I'm not going to go too much into detail about what this is, but essentially we need to find out what 50% of our heart rate is, and we need to increase our heart rate by 50%. So we'll be working with different percentages of our heart rate, and we're going to be doing some activities around that. So I'm going to leave a little bit of curiosity around this activity, so we can go on to the next one.
Yeah, we found it. All right, for the next one, we're going to be looking at our maximum heart rate. Now, this is different to high intensity. So remember last lesson we did some exercise. What exercise did we do for high intensity? What was it? Yeah? You did star jumps, right? Was that it? Right, and that was to find high intensity, but that's not our maximum. So what do you think a maximum heart rate is? What's max? Yeah.
The max level of exercise you can do to get that level of.
Close, yeah. Maximum what? What are we measuring again? Yeah. Yeah, so it's the maximum your heart rate can be before it gets to a dangerous level, right? And do we think everyone's going to have the same maximum heart rate? Right, so we need to find out what our maximum heart rates are. So first, before you do anything, write on the piece of paper your name and what you think your maximum heart rate will be. So have a guess. So you might start by looking at your high intensity. If your high intensity heart rate was 150, then you think your maximum might be higher or lower? Higher? Because if that was 150, write maximum, write it down, and then there's some formulas on the sheet here that you need to use to actually find out what your maximum heart rate is. Any questions? We good? Okay. So I'll hand out your science reports from last lesson. Once I hand this out and you come to this station, what you need to do is you need to finish off your report. So you need to tell me 1, observations. What did you notice when you completed that exercise? Not just your heart rate. What else did you notice in your body? And then your results. What did you discover? So after you completed these exercises and you measured your heart rate, what conclusion did you have? What did you find out from the report? On this side, you also need to tell us what the aim was. What were you trying to discover? Can anyone tell me what were we trying to discover last lesson? What was it?
What's our resting heart rate and our after we move?
Yeah, what is it after we move? What's the impact of it? Okay. So I'll hand these out in a moment and then we'll sign them on the table.
Great. Can I get everyone to sit down in the middle for me? I'm going to give you a number and then
Teddy,
we're going to get started.
Sit down in there. Are you Ray K?
All right, Shay,
Are you Ray K?
1, Teddy 2,
Are you Ray K?
Noah 3, Romy 4,
Are you?
Andre 5.
Amelia?
1,
I'll just sit down.
2, 3,
Nina?
4, and 5.
Sophia?
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That worked out perfect. We're in a group.
Great. Okay,
How
you
are
can
we?
start. Talk
We
to your
good?
group.
Yes.
Excellent.
I'll take that one, please.
All right, can anyone tell me what their resting heart rate is or
Alana.
was from last lesson?
There you go.
92.
Right, so can you write your name somewhere on this
It's
sheet?
supposed to be the exact one.
The exact one.
Oh, 60.
Right, so can you
Andre,
write
take
Noah and your resting heart rate?
Yeah,
That's
complete.
the first thing I want you to do.
All right, everyone write down your own predictions. Hold that down. So write your own prediction of what you think your maximum heart rate will be, okay? Oh, no, just write it on the paper.
Yep. What was yours? 60? Yep. No. And what was yours?
30.
Are you sure? Was
So
that,
let's open
that
up
was
here.
the
These are all the
prediction, wasn't
numbers,
it?
so have a look. This is, are you 5G or 5J?
Okay, so why don't we all do it again now,
yeah,
just to make
sorry.
sure we're accurate. So can I get everyone to
So
find
what
their
we need to do is we need to look at, these are all the averages.
Pulse,
So it's got their
their
name
neck.
and it's got their average. Can you find all the averages?
Has everyone
And
found
what do we do once
their
we
heart
get,
rate?
sorry, not average, that's
Their
all their
pulse.
resting heart rates. What do we do with all their
Your
numbers?
pulse.
Yeah. Huh?
Grab 2 fingers,
What do you
Noah.
do?
Maybe try here.
Plus them. Yeah, so find them all and then add them all up. So
Found
Romy,
it?
what was
Found
Romy's?
yours? You might have to push in a little bit harder.
Oh, so she got 51. Noah got
Try here.
48. Michaela 56. Jasmine 90. So delete that one.
Yep. All right, are you ready?
This person got 76.
Start counting
57,
now.
65, 69. And then what do you do once you get the total? To add them all up.
Add them all up.
Yeah, and then what?
What's our...
And then you divide it by.
Perfect, well done. Let's do that. Yeah.
Finding your hypothesis. What we did.
Oh, just write what you think would happen. Even though you've already done it, just tell me what you thought was going to happen. Okay?
Excellent. Write down how many counts you counted. How many beats
Okay,
you counted?
did we watch the
How many
video
was yours?
together?
19?
Oh no, there's no volume. Just
Alright.
watch. Just come over, have a look. Shay, come over here.
So how many
Watch it
how many
together.
beats did you just
So
count?
this it says O2. What do you think?
Right, so
O2
write
is?
down 32 and then times that by 3.
Yeah, what type of air is it? And then something comes out. CO2. Yeah, that's oxygen. What's CO2? Let's go back. Not bad, bro.
Okay,
What is
what's
it?
20 times 3? So 20.
Well, oxygen's you're breathing
60.
in oxygen.
Okay,
What are you
take away
breathing
3.
out?
So
we know
if
what
we
we
were to
breathe out?
round ours, yours is pretty much right on. What was yours? You haven't found yours? What's yours?
96.
Yeah. What do you
And
breathe
what
out?
was your resting?
60.
Ah, there you go. All right,
what
so
do you-
yours is
what do we breathe out? So
90.
inhale
6
oxygen.
this time.
And then what do we breathe out? What? Yeah, but what
what was
gas
yours?
is it? It's not.
Sorry?
What is it?
Okay,
Oxygen comes in. What goes out? Do we know?
so if we go 40,
Yeah, but what's it
80,
called?
120.
What do trees?
Sure,
What do
yours
trees
was
do?
39. What was yours
Trees.
originally?
Yeah, they make oxygen. They do the opposite. They breathe in something else and breathe out oxygen. What do they breathe in? They breathe in what we
Sorry?
breathe out.
Okay, and now we've got 120.
Okay, so let's keep watching.
We need
So
to
it goes
find,
there.
So let's,
Keep watching,
I'll
then
explain
what
the
happens?
activity and then we'll go from there. So we've got our
What's this?
resting heart rate. So yours is 60 and yours is 96.
No, that's a heart in the middle.
What you need to do
And then
is
it
we
goes
need to
from there
find
to- and then
out
to the lungs.
what
What is it?
activities are going to increase our heart rate 50%.
What is this stuff?
So if our resting heart rate is our 100%, we need to find out what half of our resting heart rate is. So you can round yours. Why don't you round your 100 or 90?
What is that stuff?
96.
That's going
let's
into the
round that
heart
to
and the
100.
lungs.
So what's yours? So 60.
Yeah, blood. Good. So
Yeah,
blood's
that's
going
right, yep.
from the heart into the
So
lungs,
if
and then
yours
blood's
is
going
60,
out of the
what's
lungs
half
back
of
into the heart.
60?
But what?
Okay, so go. I want you to go.
But doesn't blood
50%.
Yeah, they're reusing it, but what's wrong, John? Yeah, it's a liquid. Yeah.
Equals 30 beats per minute.
So what's
Yeah?
what's the difference? What's
If
happening
you're
to the two? Do you see at the start?
100%
What's the difference between the blue blood and the red blood? Not that's
Is
actually that
60
colour. They're
and
just showing us what's the
50%
difference.
is this. You need to find out what 150%
What
is.
do we get from the
So
lungs?
you would add this and this together.
Be specific. Oxygen. So the blood's going back from the heart
Yeah.
to the lungs to get what?
So that would be your 100%,
What's the lungs having?
right? But what is 50% of 100?
Oxygen. So the blood's going there to get.
So it's like
I
going
don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to find out what 150% is. So I need to add this.
No, just use any ones. It's already open. Just type in there with your calculations. It's what? Not signed in?
All
I
right.
just signed in, yeah.
That's okay. I'll explain it. All right.
Can you-
now,
do you have a pencil or
what I
something?
want you to do is you've got
So
your
on the back one, do your
150%.
results in here,
You've got
just so you
your
can read it.
150%.
Okay,
You need
did
to
we work it
find
out?
an exercise.
So did you add them all
that
up
by
together?
the end of that exercise,
What did you get?
stop. You
512
check your
and
heart
now
rate,
Eddie-
and
sorry,
you want
Teddy's
yours to
divided
be
by how much?
90 beats per minute.
Is there seven?
And you want
1,
yours
2,
to be
3, 4,
150
5,
beats
6,
per
7.
minute. So what
1, 2,
exercises do you
3,
think
4,
we're going to
5,
try?
6, 7.
It could be
I
whatever.
think
You
there's
could
8.
run, you
So
could
let's
skip,
divide
you
by
could
8. So
jog,
5
whatever you
12
want it
divided
to
by
be.
8.
Maybe
Raina, can you divide by 8? Do you know how to divide by 8? So do that number divided by 8.
Yep.
So 500 and...
So you want to do it for a time, or do you want to just run
That's
up
it.
and down
Good.
a couple of times?
Yep, so
It's
how many
completely
8
up
and
to you
5?
how you do it.
Or 51.
All right. There's stopwatches here for you, but make sure when you finish your activity,
Yeah, six-
you need
yeah,
to
so it's
come
the
back
same.
and
6
you need
8s
to
are-
count for 20 seconds.
Yeah, remainder.
And then you come back and then you use the
Yep, so
stopwatch.
put 3 there.
are you gonna press it?
So how many 8s in
No,
32?
you can do it completely up to you. All right. So, have you found your resting heart rate?
Good for me. So what was the average
Whatever you like.
heart
You guys
rate
can work
in
together
your
if you want.
class?
Okay,
54.
let's find our heart rate.
Excellent, very
So,
good. Now
two
let's have a look
fingers.
at the numbers. Were there any
Okay.
numbers or
And I want you to try and
heart
find
rates
blue.
that you think were that surprised you, or
Do you know
anyone
what's
stick
easier?
out
If you
when
do
you
it
look
on
at
the...
it?
Can I have your fingers?
Oh, let's go.
Sorry, my
I
hands are
think
really
so.
cold. Found it?
Any numbers there that surprised you?
Yeah, so I want you to hold
Which
that.
one?
When I say count,
You think? What do
I
you
want you to
think?
start counting.
Where's
okay?
90s? Oh yeah, good. So what could we do
1,
if there's one
2,
that sticks out?
3,
You're thinking?
count for me.
Yeah. So let's. Yeah. So let's do that. Let's get rid of the 90. So can we? Let's do 512 and we'll subtract the 90 from it. Okay, you girls do it too. So do 512 minus 90. We're going to remove that one. How'd you go? Yeah.
Do we have to do our results?
Yeah. What happened? That was what you saw. No. But just tell me what happened in your results. Like the more you exercise, what happened to your heart?
What was it?
Yeah. Good. And now
30.
this time we're not going to
Okay.
divide by,
So
what
this
did we
time
divide
it
by
was
last time?
30.
How much are we going to divide by
And
now?
we're going to multiply that by 3, and
Nope.
we know it's going to be 90 beats per
Yeah.
minute.
And then what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Divide by?
Okay, what is half of 90? Do you know?
By 7.
Okay, now times that by 3.
Yeah. How many people do we have the first time?
What's 50%?
And if we got rid of one person's heart rate, then we're going to divide by how much? Okay, good. Let's divide by 7 and see what we get. And we'll see if it's...
Good girl. Now, if I'm finding out what
How many 7s in 2?
50%, if this is 100% my resting heart rate, and I want my resting heart rate to increase by 50%,
Like, no, not how
I
many 2s
need
in
to
7,
add
how many
this
7s
and
in
this
2?
together to get this
Yeah,
number.
0.
Okay, so I'd
0,
have to do
remainder.
90
What's
plus
the remainder?
45.
What's the remainder? 0, remainder 2. Remainder 2. Yeah, cool. All right, there you go. So 60. So which one do you think's more accurate, average heart rate? 60 or 64? Which one do you think's more accurate? 60, yeah. Good. Excellent.
Sorry?
Let's try this now. Do you all have your resting heart rate on your paper?
Okay,
Or do you all have your maximum heart
so you
rate?
might need to do it
sorry.
again to retest.
Where's your high intensity?
Well, make sure you get back to your resting heart rate before you run again.
Okay, good.
Yeah?
Let's do medium.
So
Can we
what was
add
it?
all our mediums together? What was
So
our medium?
right,
Flip it over, Leah. What
135
did you have
beats
on
per
the back?
minute. What was
Leah,
yours?
flip it over.
138.
What was your medium?
And you need yours to get
Let's
to
add up all our
150.
mediums and we'll find out our
Okay,
average.
so you need to find a
Okay.
different activity or
just
run
pick
for
one.
longer.
Yeah,
Make
Right,
sure
let's
you
add that.
rest,
So
so you
Leah,
might need to
everyone write this
breathe
down.
again.
So Leah, what was yours?
Have a rest, and then you can go again.
So everyone write down 156.
So you're going to find an
And then that was
activity.
yours too. So write that
gets
down
your
again
heart
for
rate
Teddy. And what was
to
yours,
this.
Raina?
Hold on. Do you want to do it all together?
No, for medium.
Yeah. So how many times did you run last
162.
time?
Now add that together and divide by how much? One sec. How much did you divide by?
How many? You went.
How
So
many
you wanna
people
do it
did we do
6
then?
times? All right. So you're going to do it all
Yeah, so
together.
divide by 3. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, how'd you go?
CO2, does that mean like
Sorry.
compost?
No.
That's all right. So if you go 1, 2,
Carbon-
3, 4, 5, 6, and
What
then
do
you
we
come
breathe
back
out?
again.
Yeah. So we
That's right, you
breathe
can do
in.
it
We
now.
breathe in what?
Okay.
Oxygen. And we
Okay.
breathe out.
So you're going to go
So
up
when we
and back
breathe in
3
oxygen,
times.
where's the
Off
oxygen
you
go
go.
when we breathe it in?
So 1, 2.
Lungs,
so if you
and
go
then the
run
heart's
up, you
pumping
run
the
back,
blood
that's
to where?
once. Run up, run back twice.
To get what? What's
Run
in the
up, run
lungs?
back
What's it
3
getting from
times.
the lungs when it goes there? Carbon dioxide?
Now you're going to do
Oxygen. Okay. That's it. Yeah.
Nope, just do it 3 times, that's fine.
I think the iPad died.
Yeah. All right, ready?
I think the iPad died.
That's all right, we got one. Set, go.
So have a look at the picture on the next one. See if you can explain to me what's happening. So we've got 2 lungs there. We've got blue. The blue is the what? What's deoxygenated
Okay,
mean?
girls. Doing a great job. Ooh, you're right. It's okay. Keep going,
If
keep going.
red, what's red mean? Yeah, the blood's got oxygen in it. So
Time.
blue means it's blood. Yeah. Deoxygenated. So it's got no oxygen in the blood. So look what's happening. So let's follow the trail of the blue. So
Yep.
it's deoxygenated. So it's got no oxygen left. So the heart pumps it and goes all the way
Find your
into
pulse.
the oxygenated. Means
Okay,
it has
ready?
what?
Set,
Yeah.
go.
Deoxygenated
Girls, come
means
to me, find your pulse. Find your pulse.
it's used. So can you
Fine,
follow
yeah,
the
ready?
trail? Where's
Find
it
your
go?
pulse.
So this is a deoxygenated.
Found it.
It goes up, and where's it
Found
go
it.
to?
Ready, start counting,
Yeah.
go.
To get what? And then it comes back out. What color? Oxygenated.
Great.
Yeah.
So
And try record. Did you calculate it? Here we go. So how many
Stop.
3s in 4?
60.
1 remainder. Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's
1
fine.
should
So
be here.
31.
And then how
So
many
multiply
3s in
that by
17?
3. What'd you get?
So 100 and
Okay, so put 5 at the top.
56.
Yep.
Great.
Get rid of the 4.
So you're pretty
And what's
much
the
right
remainder?
on your
3 5s are 15.
50%. Yeah, correct. So you have
so put 2 here.
reached your 50%.
And then how
heart
many
rate.
3s in 24?
And what have you got? What's 60 times
3
3? So 60, or do your 6 times table. 6,
Wait.
12,
Yeah, so we want 24. 3 times 24.
180.
Wait, if it says if you reach this goal, you can investigate how to increase your resting heart rate percentage by 24. What does that mean?
Okay, so if you
Three
found
sevens.
out what 150% is, you're now going to find out what 125% is.
Oh. So maybe I just need to do the same thing.
Good, excellent. So, 8. So let's have a look. Raina
But if
and
you're
Leah,
increasing
your
it,
average
so
medium
you
heart rate was
increased it
158 because
now you're only increasing it by
474 divided by 3 is
25%. So you're going to go
158.
harder,
So
or
can
you're
we
gonna
try
go
and
a
do
bit
now
easier?
our high intensity? So Leah, what was your high intensity?
But then
4 times. So up and back, up
160?
and back.
yeah.
Everyone write down 160. And then what was yours,
So
Raina?
basically, go
What's
away
it?
from
So write
So you
250
would need
underneath.
to
And what
find
was
out
yours,
what
Teddy?
25% is first.
For the high intensity.
Yeah.
So
Do
take your
213 plus 250 and add it
resting
all
heart
up
rate,
and divide by 3 and see what your average
which is
Yeah.
60.
halve
What?
it,
Yeah.
That's
No, you're about to swap.
halve that again.
Yeah.
15.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maximum, resting
Oh,
plus
that's right.
15.
No, that's fine. You're fine. Yeah.
is
So what
75.
did we discover? What was our results? The more we exercised,
I said what happened was that when I did
So
it,
do I need to go to
my
75?
heart rate got affected
75
by that and
BPM.
went higher. Also, that happens when I did a
okay. And what happened? The higher intensity, the more your heart what? Yeah. Was that our conclusion?
No,
So our heart rate
150%.
beats more when we do more
beats per
intensity.
minute. You ready to
Yeah.
stop? All right. 5G, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, Romy. We are going to swap in a clockwise manner. So, the people who are on the seesaw, you're moving to finding the average. People finding the average, you're coming to me. This group, you're going to shuffle along. And finally, Andre's group, you're going to seesaw.
Take your sheets with you. Good job.
Take your
Leave
sheets
pencils
with
here.
you. Off you go.
Okay. Well, do we find our maximum
No,
heart rate?
leave the Sharpie here, my love. Hello.
That's good. That's right. Keep going.
How are we?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Good.
Can everyone tell me, first of all, what was your resting heart
Do you write
rate?
on the paper? No, that's fine. As long as it's on here.
99.
Okay, so
Wow, what
what
was
I first
yours?
want you to do is, what's your
60,
maximum
what was
heart
yours?
rate? 130.
Sorry?
What was your maximum heart rate?
40. That was a prediction.
Was less than
Go
your
to
median?
your actual
Oh,
turnover.
170. And what was your maximum your high intensity heart rate?
That's fine.
Okay, so I
let's
want you
round
to
out to the
predict
nearest
what
whole
you think
number.
your maximum heart rate is. So if yours was 170,
yours is-
yours was
what's
185 or 86, and yours was 129, what do you think the maximum
87?
heart rate is for you?
Or is your prediction
A prediction,
87?
okay.
So
Yeah, that's
let's
right, and
round
just
this
write
to
on
the
the
nearest
paper
whole
what you
number,
think your
which is
maximum heart
70.
rate is,
Let's round yours
and
to
then
the
I
nearest
want you
whole
to
number,
use
which
the
is
formula on
70.
the sheet to work out
And
what
yours
it
is
actually is.
60.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the
What do you think your maximum heart rate is?
Okay, so right,
How many
Teddy,
beats per minute
99.
is it before
Raina,
it becomes
right.
dangerous?
Your name, and 70 beats per minute.
Well,
and
what was
Leah,
your
right,
high intensity?
60 beats per minute. And write your
So
name,
do you-
Teddy.
Okay. So your maximum would have to be higher than your high intensity. And then use the calculation on the paper. So you have to do 220, take away
today,
your age to find out what your maximum
You're going
heart
to be
rate is.
finding 50%.
Yeah, there.
So you're going to find an
Calculate that
activity that
and see
increases
how
your
close
heart
you
rate
are.
50% more than your
Okay,
resting
here we
heart
go.
rate.
Yeah, add them all
So first of
together.
all, we need to find out what
What's
that
it?
50% extra looks like.
How many people
So,
there are? Fantastic. Yeah, good.
We're going to find out first of all what 50% of our
No, there's
resting
no,
heart
there's
rate
not, because I don't
is.
want
So
to
can
give it away.
everyone
So
find
come over here,
half
everyone watch it together.
of your resting heart rate.
Andre, come over here, we'll watch it on
So
one
you're going to find
first.
out, go
Nina, come over here.
50% equals.
All right, watch this. Andre, come over here. So here's O2. What's
So what's
O2
half
stand for?
of 70?
What's going
You're
from
going
the
to
lungs
find out
into
what
the body?
half of 100
No,
is.
what's
So
O2?
let's round it to the nearest whole
What type
number.
of air?
You're going to find
Oxygen,
out
and
what
something goes
half
out. What
of
goes out?
60 is.
What's it called? What do we breathe out? There's a special name for it. Like oxygen we breathe in. What do we breathe out?
Okay.
Oh, that's all right. Keep going. And then
So
what
it's
happens
half
after
of
that? Keep
60
watching. So then we breathe in, we breathe out. And then what's this?
Now,
What's in the
what I
middle?
want you to do is add your half to your
That's our
whole.
heart.
So
our
Teddy,
heart. And
yours is
something's
50
going from the
plus
heart to the
100.
lungs. What is this?
Your
Blood. Very good.
150% is
And then it goes
150.
back from the
Yours
lungs
is
back
going to
into
be
the.
Raina, 35 plus 70. And Leah, yours is
so
going to
why
be.
is blood going from the heart
girl.
into the lungs and coming back out differently? What's different about it? Yeah, but what's different about the blood when it goes in and comes out? But why else is it going to the lungs? Why does it have to go to the lungs for?
Beats per minute. Yep. Good girl.
Yeah, what is the blood getting from the lungs?
Now you've got a
Why is it
stopwatch
going to the
here,
lungs? What does
so
it
you
need
need
from
to
the
find
lungs?
an activity that is going
Oxygen.
to increase
Yeah,
your
so the
heart
blood's
rate. So
going
at
into
the
the
end
lungs
of that
to get
activity,
what?
you're going to stop.
Yeah, so
you're
that
going
blood
to take
there,
your heart
it's-
rate,
because it
and
had-
you want it
have
to
a look at
be
this
at that
picture
150%.
So red
So you want
means
yours
what
to
type
be
of
at
blood?
90, you want yours to be 150, and
Oxygenated,
you want yours
which
to be
means it has what in it?
105 beats per minute.
Oxygen.
So you can run
and deoxygenated blood means it
whatever
has
you decide to
no.
do.
Very good. So have a look at the
Alright.
heart. Follow the
How long are you just gonna
deoxygenated
run, or
blood.
are you
It's got
gonna
no
count,
oxygen in it. The heart beats it all the way to the where?
The lungs.
Yeah, and what's it
You want
getting
to
from
go
the
for
lungs?
2 minutes?
Oxygen.
Oxygen, good. And then it comes back out red. Why is it red now?
Is this? It's oxygen.
Very good, excellent. So you need to try to
do
explain
you
what is happening in that diagram with the heart beating.
You think low
So we're adding them all up? Very good.
Okay, medium.
And then once you add it up, what are you going to do?
All right. So do you want to run
How
for
many
1
were
minute
there in
and I'll
total?
tell you when to stop? Hold on. And then you'll come back and set the
Yeah.
timer.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Read it
on
to
your
me,
marks.
211 minus
Get set.
0.64 times
Go.
the age.
Good, okay. So let's start with your
I've got
age.
the
What
first
is your
one.
age?
11.
And so your first one was 209?
Yeah.
Very good. So what's your age?
11.
So let's write that down here. So do 11, and we're going to times it by how much?
0.64.
Yeah. So let's do that. 0 point equals.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
So do you
You're
want to
almost halfway.
Use from aligners, type it in and say work out. Use calculator.
What would I write in?
So do 11 times.
30 seconds to go.
So I write that down. Line, did you write that down? 203.9.
Doesn't have to be a
Excellent.
sprint, can be a jog.
It's the same thing. Okay, good. Yeah.
20 seconds to go. 15 seconds. Good girl, Leah. Keep going, honey. You can just jog on the spot if you want to. Just jog on the spot for me. Good girl. 3, 2, 1.
Excellent.
Everyone finds
Talk
their
to your
pulse.
group about the other
Find
questions
your
when you're
pulse.
finished on the board.
Give me a thumbs up if you found your pulse. You're measuring it from your neck. Has everyone found it? Found it. 3, 2, 1. Start
Hold
counting.
on, let's have a look again. Where's this one? All right, so remember what we did before? Let's start with this one first. So we're going to do this. All right, so have a look. Let's do our age first times that, and then we take it away. Okay? And see where you work out, and see how close it is or different.
Stop. What'd you get? 59? 94? 29. All right, write it down. You sure? 94?
Yeah, which equals
And then multiply that by 3.
7.7. Now do 211 take away 7.7. $7.7.
What's 94 times
Good.
3? 282 beats per minute. Okay. Are you close to your 150?
So what was it? 203.3.
So you maybe ran a bit too hard, too high intensity. What was yours?
Yeah, which one do you think?
177. So yours is too high as well. What was
What was
yours, Leah?
Wait, where am I
So
looking?
now lower your heart rates and you're going to retest.
Oh no, that's right. That's right. You've explained it. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yes. I'll come next.
you're going to do it on the
Okay.
spot this time. So
Yeah,
think
so
about
come over
Leah.
here.
29.
So once
let's
you're
round
done,
it
press
to
the
30.
green. Have
30
you done?
plus 30 is
Post it. Please.
plus 30. Okay, so there
Now I
you go.
want you
So
to talk
yours
about
is
some of the
90.
questions on the board
And that's exactly what you wanted yours to be at.
together.
So well done.
Sign out when you're done. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
lower your heart
Yeah, press
rates.
record. Okay, how'd you go?
And then so if you
Did you add them all up?
sprinted last time, you might jog. Do you think for the same amount of time?
Hold on. Did you add, what was your total when you added them all?
Half the time and slower. Okay,
Hold
let's
on. Wait,
lower our
what
heart
was your
rates.
answer when you added them all together? You got 442? Oh, you both got
We don't
442.
need to do
Good.
high
Shay, what did you get?
intensity yet. Okay.
High intensity was this one.
Okay, now 442. Is there 8 numbers? 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, check. Do it on here.
All right, so heart rate's gone down
Yeah,
a bit. Okay. All right, are you ready? Are we going to jog on the spot or are you going to jog just for 30 seconds? Okay, you can jog on the spot for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Perfect. Excellent. Press green tick, Mother.
So is it 55.25?
Yes.
Okay.
Because 25 is a quarter of 100 and
Okay.
2 is a quarter of 8. So that's
Okay.
right.
Did you divide it? So 4, 2, and 2 divided by?
10 seconds to
you
go,
divide,
guys.
Divide by 8. Now, Do you think 55, let's roughly round it to 55. Do you think as an average heart rate, do you think that's too high, too low, or just about right?
Stop.
55 beats per minute.
Find your pulse, find your pulse,
What was
find your
yours?
pulse.
What was
Thumbs
yours?
up once you found
What
your
was your
pulse.
resting heart rate?
Start counting, go.
That was 72. What was your resting heart rate? Oh, so I was almost spot on to that one. Okay, and what was Shay's resting heart rate?
Just like mine, 55, 70.
73. Okay, let's have a look at the numbers. Were there any numbers there? Perfect. Let's have a look at these numbers. Were there any numbers there that look too high or too low?
Stop. What'd you get?
Okay, any there that...
30.
Shay, why is your 76?
What's wrong with that one?
Times that by 3.
Tell me the results, what happened. So the more you exercised, what happened to your heart rate? The more you did activity,
Yeah.
what happened?
So what was yours? 30
To your heart rate,
times
what happened?
5. So you're really close.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you've
yeah,
gone high intensity, kind of lower
Yeah, right in there.
intensity.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah.
Now you need to find the middle. Because you're not quite at 105 yet. Teddy, what was yours? Yeah, but what's the 150%?
Yeah.
You need to get yours to 150.
Okay, let's
and
do
what
this.
was your first go?
Eve, Shay, and
200 and something?
Michaela, can we do
What was
this?
that turn?
Can we all add up our... Let's check our averages between the three of us. So can we add just our resting
90
together? Shay,
something.
can
So
you add
you
yours?
haven't gone quite as hard either.
Eve, so add 54.
So you need to keep going until you
Michaela's-
find an activity that will reach that.
Who's resting? 73?
Okay?
Shay made up one.
73, what was your one? 72, and what was yours?
Not so
Eve?
slow. So, yeah. 30 seconds. Why don't you run? Yeah, okay. Lower your heart rate.
Well, how can you check yours? How are you confident in yours? Can you find your pulse? Can you find your
Yeah, you
pulse
can
first?
keep going.
Go, measure it again and see how close you are.
Right, you ready? So, running for 30 seconds.
There you go. Measure.
Go.
That's 66 between just the three of you. Okay, cool. Okay. That's all right. What could you do? What could you do with that? What could you do? Just round it. What could you round it to? Did you round down or round up?
Round down.
Good. Yeah, 66 beats per minute. That's average. Good. He's going to
Stop.
check hers again in a second.
Find your pulse.
Yeah, good. 52. And could we round that
Once you
up or
find
down?
your pulse, put your thumbs up. Excellent.
Up to?
Start counting.
80.
No, 52 point. Or could we round it to a whole number so there's no decimal? What would it be?
You could round it up to 50.
Or just get rid of these numbers. If that's a 7, what would the 2 come into if we round up?
It'd become a 2 and 0.
Stop.
Yeah, so that comes
Calculate
up to
what
3.
you did,
so
multiply by
round up
3.
to 53. Okay, calculate that up.
Did you?
Calculate.
So you're good.
Go, work it out. What is it?
That was so close.
Okay. So
And
now
what was
can
yours
we...
meant to be? 105, so you've just gone a little
So
bit
do you reckon
over.
maybe your first one was
Excellent.
what? Because if Michaela and Shay got 72, what do you think?
Ready to stop?
Yeah, good.
All right, we're going to go one more time through the carousels. So can I please have everyone picking up their sheets and rotating clockwise, please? Hello, Mr. Shea.
Uh-huh.
All right. Michaela, Eve, come on down.
Okay, come on, Andre, let's go.
All right, can everyone tell me if you might need to find
All
a
right.
bit more space?
Can
so
we-
you can come. We can swap sides if
How
you
do
like.
we
Let's
work
do
out
that.
our
Swap
average?
sides.
Do you remember? Yeah, I know. How do we... Okay.
All right, target practice. What we need to do is we need to find, or we need to increase our heart rate by 50%.
Work out the average of all the numbers.
So
So
can
the
you tell me what
classes
your
are all the
resting heart
over-
rate is?
The class numbers.
I just did 84.
That's yours.
Okay, can you
Is
write
it?
your name and your resting heart rate?
Go back to the... That's that one? Yep. Look, there's all the numbers of everyone in the class. What do you need to do to work out the average? Good, and then what?
Okay. If our resting heart
yours is
rate
missing, you can add
is
yours, yes.
100%, okay, of our
So we
heart
know
rate,
what to do
and I
here?
want to increase it by 50%.
So watch the video and
How
then
would I
explain to me
work
what
that
you think's
out?
happening in the video. Talk
Yeah,
about
good.
it together.
So can you
Jasmine,
find
come
what
watch together as a
50%
group.
of your resting heart rate is?
So what's happening?
Yep, you can round it to
No,
the
there's no
nearest whole
sound,
number. So
because
if
otherwise
yours
it
is
gives you away. I
72,
want
you
to
can
know
round
what
yours
you
to
think's
70.
happening.
If yours is 84, you can round yours to 80. Whatever you want to do. What's yours?
Yeah.
What is it? 73. So do you want to round yours to 70? Okay, so find out what half of 70 is, find out what half of 80 is, find out what half of 70 is. Okay, write it down. So 50% equals.
Romy, come over here for a minute. We'll watch the one together.
Jay, write 50%.
What's happening?
35%.
Good girl.
Yeah.
So right, underneath, 50% equals 35.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to take my resting heart rate, which is 100%,
Okay, good. Yeah, so the
and my
heart pumps
half,
blood to where?
and I'm going to add them together. So you're going
Yeah,
to add,
But where's it going here?
yep.
So why is it
So
going?
add
Why is the
42
blood
and
going to the
84
lungs?
together.
What's it getting
You're
from
adding, where's yours? You're going to
Yeah.
add
What is
70
it in the lungs
and
that the blood
35
is
together.
getting by going there? Have a look at the start. What's this? What comes from the lungs?
136.
So you're
What's
adding,
O
hold on,
stand
because
for?
you need to make that 70.
Oxygen.
because
So it
you've
gets
rounded it to the
oxygen
nearest whole number.
from the lungs, and then we
So
breathe
yours
out
is
what?
going to be 105. No, you're fine because you found it.
Carbon
Yeah.
dioxide. Yeah. So we
So
breathe.
around
So we
100
breathe
so
the
around
oxygen, and we breathe out
150%,
carbon.
yeah.
What one do we want? Yeah, we want
Yep.
oxygen. Why do we
Yep.
need oxygen? What's it do?
150%
Because it helps us breathe.
equals.
And oxygen. We need oxygen
Yep.
for all parts of our
Now,
body, right?
you need to find
Let's
an
see what
activity
happens next.
that you are going to
And
get
then, so the
105
heart
beats per minute. You need to find an
pumps-
activity that gets
pumps
you
the blood
126
to
beats
the-
per minute, and an activity that gets you
Have a look. Where's it going
105
to?
beats per minute.
The lungs.
So
And
you're
what's it getting from
increasing
the
your
lungs?
heart rate by 50%.
What's
So you can choose to
oxygen?
do this in
and then it
groups.
comes back from the lungs.
Individually,
back to
it's
the
up to
heart.
you.
Why does it change
You've got a
colour now
stopwatch
in
here.
this diagram?
So you might run for
Yeah,
a
but
minute.
why
You
wasn't
might
it red
jog
when it
for a
went in?
minute. You might do star jumps for a minute.
Yeah,
Whatever
so
you
that-
want to do.
Yeah. So one's got oxygen, one doesn't. Fantastic.
But
Let's have a look at the
the
picture.
end of that
so I want you to
time,
explain to me what's
you
happening
need
in
to
the
come
picture.
back
So we've
and
got
you need to
red is
count your heart rate.
What's that
And
mean?
if
Blood
you've
that
got
has what in
that
it?
number there that
Oxygen.
you've written
And
down,
what's
then
deoxygenated
tick.
blood?
You've got it right. Okay?
Yeah, blood without oxygen. Yeah, so have a look at the heart. Follow the blue line. Where does the
Well, you found
deoxygenated blood go?
50%. No, you can be a couple out. So what
For
activities are we
to
going to do?
what are these? Lungs? And what
yeah.
does it get while it's in the lungs?
Yep. Oh, I'd
No.
go 100. Anywhere between
It gets the
115
oxygen, good, and it comes back out what colour?
130.
So now it's
Is it?
oxygenated and goes back around the body. Do you think you
Alright,
can explain,
so are you
talk to
gonna
each
run for a
other, try to
minute?
explain to each other first, and then record yourself?
Yeah. Are you going to run for a minute? Okay, on your marks, get set, go.
Okay, that's right. Which one? Did you do these ones? Was that your last one? Did you write in here what the results?
Yeah, I've written about
Yeah, what were your results? Well, what happened? Like what happened? The more
over,
you
Kayla.
exercised, what was the result? Yeah, exactly. That's the result. So the more you exercise, the more your heart beats. And why is it beating more? Because it needs more what? Oxygen. Yeah, it needs more oxygen. It's got a pump to keep going back to the lungs to get more oxygen so you can keep working. Yeah. You just tap that microphone and then
There you
yeah, talk
go.
about to each other first
Do we talk about
what's happening in the diagram about blood. And Romy, Jasmine, why
15
do we
seconds
need?
to go.
Why is our heart beating faster for exercise?
because it needs to pump more oxygen.
10.
Exactly, so to go back more because you need more oxygen so you can keep running. Yeah, yeah. One's for breath, but it also needs it in our blood as well. Talk about
And
it
stop.
first, 'cause
Come
it'll
back
help
in.
you
Quick,
understand and then record
quick.
it, okay?
Find your pulse. Once
Jasmine,
you
Romy,
found your
talk to each
pulse,
other
put
so
your
you have
thumbs
a
up.
joint understanding and then you can do it. Okay, how we go?
Sure you found it?
What's,
Have you found
what's
yours?
our maximum heart rate?
All right,
what did you predict
start counting.
your
3,
maximum is going to be?
2. Have you found your
You
pulse?
think 200? You think
Go.
270?
I did 280 to 2. I did 270.
Okay. All right, so this is how we're actually going to work it out. Everyone do this. 220 and then take away your age and that will give you your maximum.
What? Take away however old you are.
Take away your age, yeah. So what would that equal? 210. So that's your maximum. They're saying that you don't want your
Stop.
heart rate to
What'd
go
you get?
higher than that. So if yours was
Multi-
250 last time,
multiply that by 3, what'd you
either
get?
made a mistake counting, or
Multiply that by
yeah,
3. Off you go.
or you were doing too much. Your heart was being too much. Yeah. Right. That's it. Do you do it? So take away your age. Now, what happens if someone is 40 years old? What would happen? What was their maximum?
Oh wait, then
180. Yeah. What happens if
And
you're
what-
100 years
And you
old?
should have got 105. What'd you get?
120.
Yeah, which means their heart shouldn't be
No,
going
times by
above
3.
120. If it's above 120, it's not good for them, yeah? So, and what happens
so
if
you
you're
need
really
to
young? Yeah,
retest
say you're
it.
only 1 year old.
That would just be like -1.
Yeah, which is what?
Where'd you go?
Yeah. So what do we know about ages then? So the older you are, what do you think?
So if you can't run, if running's too much, would you change the exercise?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
The
what might you
maximum?
change it?
Yeah, and what about when you're younger?
Star jump?
When you're young, you have like your heart, and your heart is like so
Okay.
your heart's got more energy.
All right, so this is one way we can calculate it. Now because,
maybe would you go
how old
harder
are
or
you?
shorter
10?
time?
Are we all 10? So if we're all 10, what's going to happen to our results, our
You've
maximum?
gone too hard.
Are we all going to have the same number? The same age. Do you
slower
think
jog?
everyone that is the same age should have the same maximum heart rate or different?
Okay. Do you want to do it for
why?
the same amount of time or a shorter amount of time?
Yeah. So this is just like a guide. So this just gives us a general
wanna do a
indication.
minute?
Let's try the next one. And for the next one, I want you to do this first. So we're going to
just
do
did a
our
minute.
age times by this number. So can we work this out first?
Star jumps
Yep.
for 30 seconds.
Times,
All
yeah.
right, let's do 30 seconds. Ready? No, you can do whatever
Do
you
you know
like.
how to work
But
that
the
out?
timer is set for 30 seconds. Ready?
Close.
What are you doing, Jay?
We just,
3,
yeah,
2,
if we're timesing
1,
something
go.
by 10, we add a 0. But if it's a decimal point, we're going to move the decimal point instead. So have a look where your decimal point is. We're going to move it. Yeah, move it back 1. Yeah. There you go. That's it. Well done. Try that. We just move it once. That's it. Very good. Yeah. What happens if it's times by 100?
10
How many
seconds,
spots
go.
would you move the decimal point?
100 spots back.
100 spots back? Wait, how many do we move it back for 10?
5.
Because it's got 1 0. Yeah, 2. If it's got 2 zeros, 2 back. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to do
Stop, find your pulse.
6.4 times. Oh, sorry. 6 point, so 211 take away 6.4.
Thumbs up once you
Let's
found
work
it.
that out. So can everyone do this?
And
211
count.
take away 6.4 and see what you get. 211 take away 6.4 and see what you get. What is the maximum heart rate? And then try the last one. Do 0.7 times your age. Round it. So just instead of doing 6.4, just round it up to
Stop.
or round
What'd you
down
get?
to 6. If it's easier.
Write it down,
We
multiply
just want
by
to do
3.
average. You can round it up or down. Okay? All right, stand up. So let me see, where's your sheet? So what I discovered that your heart beats faster than expected, yeah? That's okay. So what was the result? What happened? The more you exercise...
Hypothesis.
No, come to your results. What happened? What
All
was
right,
the
so
result?
have another go.
When we did medium and then did high
Make sure
intensity
you rest.
exercise, what happened to our
Make
heart?
sure you lower your heart rate.
Yeah,
What'd
that's
you
our
get,
results. Can we write
Michaela?
that down? So the more exercise you did, the more your heart rate did. Notice that my heart rate went up. Good.
72.
Okay, that's okay. Good. And what's the conclusion? Yeah.
Do you want to start the reflection?
Jeez, that time gone right.
That's
Far out.
it.
I feel like I'm just, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Isn't that one for far out?
Yeah.
All right, come on, write your results. No, write your results. What happened? The more you exercise,
And then I added the rest.
what'd you get? So, which one do you think is more accurate, 205 or what was the other one, 210? 205 you think is more
Did
accurate?
you find the average?
How can we could do the average. How could you work out the average?
Oh,
205
class.
plus,
Excellent. Well, that's good. That's
no,
something you
you
learned
could
how
add
to
the
find
two
the
together.
average.
So 205 plus
That's awesome.
210. And yeah, we could
All
divide.
right, 5G. Can I get everyone to stop and sit in the center, please? 5, 4, 3. Eve, can I get you to go around and collect all my Sharpies? There's a blue container out the front that you can pop them in here.
Thank you.
Eve,
Thank you. Pass
there's a
up
blue
here. Shane.
container out the front.
Thank you. Romy, Andre, thank you. Good job. Thank you.
All right. I want you to turn to the person sitting next to you and I want you to tell them something you learnt today from one of the activities or some of the activities that you completed today. Off you go.
This one was so fun. No, I learned that however old you are, it's so
Lots of good
Yeah.
data.
Yeah, I don't think like good discussions, but like they almost needed like because of time wise, they get like more explicit instructions on certain things if they weren't able to do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But, That was good. Like that one with the rule. Like if they didn't know bod mass, they were subtracting before times and things like little things like that. Which
Okay.
was good. But some good discussions,
Yeah.
I think, as well. And hopefully, when they did the averages, I think a lot of them actually realised that their initial result wasn't accurate because like Eve redid hers and stuff. So
Okay, there you go. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Would anyone like to share something that they've learnt today or something that they enjoyed from their activity? Yep.
I learned that when blood goes into the lungs, it's oxygenated, and then when it comes out, it's oxygenated because there's oxygen in the lungs.
Excellent. Well done. That's something great that you've learnt. Yep.
I learned like that.
Big loud voice.
I learned that when you're averaging like the heart beat, you have to like add all the heart beats first, and then divide it by how much people there are.
Yeah, how many people there are. Excellent. Did you find out what the class average was?
I didn't find the class average, but I added them all up. I didn't divide it up.
Yep, excellent. That's all right. Teddy?
I learned that your age changes your max heartbeat
Why do you think that is?
because, like, maybe because the older you are, maybe the older your heart is, and it can't do as many beats.
Okay, excellent. So you think the younger, the higher the max heart rate is going to be? Excellent.
I learned what CO2 meant, and it means carbon dioxide.
Excellent. Well done. Rummy,
I learned that
come out from under the table so I can see you.
I learned that
Deoxygenated blood.
oxygenated blood is like is being pumped through, and then it goes into your lungs, and it comes out as oxygenated blood.
Do you think it comes out as oxygenated blood? What do we breathe out?
Air.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Yeah, so how did you calculate what activity you had to work out what 50% of your heart rate was? Yeah, excellent. What activities did you try and increase it by 50%?
I did 1 minute and 30 seconds.
And were you successful? Ah, that's okay. So you had to keep trying activities to get to that 50%. Excellent. Anyone else like to share anything else? No?
Can I have hands up? Who did the average table? Who was on the averages? Okay. Out of those people who did averages, once you calculated the average, were there any other heart rates there that you thought may be inaccurate, or did anyone have to remeasure or... Okay, so once you have an average heart rate, then we have something to compare ours to. If we didn't do an average, then we don't have something to compare to. So it's really good to look at. If we look at the board, everyone look up for a moment. Can we have a look at question 4? I want you to talk to each other. Why do professional athletes have a lower resting heart rate than the general public or the average? Talk to each other. Why do you think a professional athlete would have a lower resting heart rate? All right. Any thoughts before we go? Why do we think athletes would have a lower heart rate? Yeah.
I think it's training their body to rest before they start running or whatever that's do.
Okay.
And maybe it prevents injuries.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they do like a lot more exercise to people who are not athletes, and like maybe their heart gets tired.
People who don't exercise as much get more tired. Okay. Cool. Right, last one. Yeah.
I think the athletes,
Amelia.
because the athletes like exercise a lot, they're used to the exercise, whereas others like who are not used to exercise, they get more puffed out, and the more puffed out you are, the more beats per the heart, the rate, more rate you are.
Great. Perfect.
Excellent.
Cool.
All right, well
Well
done.
done. Excellent.
Okay, can I please have everybody line up at the door in a nice straight line? Don't run.
Andre, Noah, Andre, can you come? And I think some of them are your Chromebooks. Was one of them yours? Which one was yours? And Noah, can you get the one next to you? And
Yep.
can you take this one as well? Can you give this one to Lucas, please? Just the one next to yours. Can you take that back to? What? Can you check what name's on it?
Thank you.
What name's on it? Let me see. Is it from the STEM room or is it from your class? Oh, is that Johann's? Yeah. All right, maybe take from there. Thanks, right? It's getting cold in here now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
It's just when you're in here for a period of time. And
Yeah.
did that go compared with the other class? Were you happy with how that went?
Yeah, it was different. It was like there's so many things. It's like you want to develop more, and it felt very quick. Like when you're working on one, they moved, pretty quickly to get through. So I don't know. I think in the future, like we'd like to, explicitly teach a little bit more of the concepts, get them to do. And